What's going on, gang? Welcome back to the Misplay for Game podcast. As always, it is your senior yapologist, Andrew or Elixir. It's not episode 61. We're here for the 62nd.
Hey, friends. It's your boy, Tommy, not, I don't know. I can't think of a way to tie in T to last Saturday. Not last Saturday. Yeah.
Hello guys, I am Masked Hero K Beads. Yu-Gi-Oh is really fun, and I think you guys should stop playing Digimon and play Yu-Gi-Oh instead. That's my take for the day. Memgage that, bitch.
Hey, well, they let me back on for some reason. Not gonna lie, I'm here.
Yeah, the people who don't know who you are, because according to people you talk to, not Hollywood. Don't get the cool Hollywood hookups.
No, definitely not. Yeah, Minikill. I have said orange is going to be the best deck in the format ever, and it's stuck with me ever since. So yeah. We're gonna recreate that
oranges, today. Man. You like oranges?
Close.
Bro, I mean, I'm team orange. You saw, I mean, orange has got Jambo at top.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, but Jimmy,
orange was the best deck.
Oranges?
How do I feel about oranges?
Yeah,
I like orange juice.
Rank your citrus right now, pussy.
Rank my citrus? Okay.
Look, these are all gonna be F.
Grapefruit is S tier. Grapefruit is so good it stops medications.
Real ones, no.
That is true, actually. I can't lie.
Forbidden lore. The TommyNT lore. I once, is true. I'll just, whatever. I ate cups of, Costco used to sell these little cups of grapefruit in like giant bulk boxes, and they were like breakfast cups. And my dad was like, these are really good for you. They have a lot of vitamin C. And I was on the swim team, so he was like, it's good to have like stuff that'll help like develop tissue growth so your muscles will feel better after all your running and swimming and stuff. I was like, great idea, Dad. I ate those every year for like 18 months. Every morning for like 18 months. And it turned out 2 years later, I learned that they basically made all my ADHD medication just not work. So that's probably why I didn't get straight A's in high school.
Yep, that's why they tell you not to take it with antidepressants. Well,
they actually
just
probably
more
did
sad.
say it on the pills. I just didn't read it because I'm kind of dumb. You know, I was 17.
To be fair, I mean, like, he wasn't recommending them so you could do well in school. He was recommending them expressly so you could do well in sports.
Yeah, also, I do like to think that grapefruit now, I've kind of like Pavloved myself. Like, if I have something that makes me think of like, or that tastes really strongly of grapefruit juice, the juice specifically, because like, I don't know, like, I think Costco Andy's in the chat. You guys know, like, they come in, they look like Jello, but instead of being congealed, it's just the fluid. That anytime I have something that's just that much concentrated grapefruit juice, I'm like reminded of being tired. So now I've kind of like tricked myself into being sleepy when I eat grapefruit. Pretty good. We're all just funny little monkeys, aren't we?
This
just
fruit is so good at chess.
We can trick ourselves. Dude, I'm so bad at chess. The grapefruit's beating my ass. Yeah, we're all little creatures of habit. Yeah,
I'm a big fan of, like, we got some easy peelers again from Lil. They be hitting. It really is.
What's an easy peeler?
It's like it's a tangerine that is supposedly easier to peel, which is just straight up government conspiracy, bro. Like they're not easier to peel. Like some of them are like distinctly more annoying to peel. But yeah, they hit like crazy. The Bristol trip, my car, we are getting a Costco thing of easy peelers again, and we are going to win Bristol.
Nice.
I think it's crazy that like when you think about like all the stuff that like people have, one time I made Jambo sleep in a capsule hotel. That's like, he complains about that every time he comes on the show. It's a funny one. Like of all the things that you like go to an event, you always hear about like like the Michael Jordan flu game. Like the time Jambo was so sick, he went unbeaten in Swiss because he was just delirious on American what's it called, cold and flu medication.
And then you got the sensu bean oranges.
It's so funny. He went through all of that, and then he was just like, "Yeah, bro, the oranges gave me a second wind."
Man, when he discovers antioxidants.
No scurvy in my household.
This is true.
Blue is going around again. It is still that season. These kids be sick as hell.
Oh, it's true, man. Mask up if you're on a train. Be respectful. Hey, speaking of respectful, dang guys. Digimon TCG, kind to the followers. If you've liked a certain webcomic and web novel for about 3 years now, this last week or 2 weeks ago now, put out a Digimon Liberator. Pretty good. You guys definitely need Digimon this week. I know Marcy's been playing, what's it called? not. I almost said Eden. It's not called Eden. It's called
Genesis.
Genesis. Yeah, I just like gamer word. But yeah, you guys been playing Digimon or?
Well, yeah. I have been playing Digimon.
Nice.
Locals.
Yeah, how you finding it, man?
Oh yeah, I was like, what kind of like staged rehearsed like conversation is this? You were there at locals, and then I was like,
I haven't
wait,
been for
you
like 2
weren't.
weeks. Yeah.
You were not there at locals.
Yeah, I've had some work for like 2 Wednesdays in a row. It's been pretty weird.
I mean, I think like EX11's a cool set. I think like a lot of people are kind of just like taking a break from like, I don't have to play real decks. I'm gonna play a like Liberator deck,
which is crazy because half
part.
of the Liberator decks are so real now.
They're pretty good, yeah. There's a couple of
Some more than others, but for sure.
Yeah, true.
I think like I spent a good portion of like yesterday's evening after I got back from New Year and stuff, and like earlier today, like in the morning, playing bees, and like just consuming like bee content because
what is
it's
bee
like
content?
just like watching matches.
Looking at like hexagons, like dang, this is gonna be.
Watching the bee movie.
Yeah, bro's gonna come back with like his favorite, the bonus content is gonna be top 5 Marcio B movie moments.
Yellow, black, black, yellow, yellow. Today I'm gonna go to orange. I think like bees is really weird because like the deck is like good enough and you kind of win the attrition war, and it's kind of that, like it's an attrition deck. It just like its damage kind of blows. I'm not gonna lie.
Until
like obviously like once you get the ace, then counterblast 1, restand. But like the thing is, right, the B team emblems, they're so funny because it's like, oh, this card is like amazing. It's like a 2 memory, top 3, add up to 2. And then like when I play my tamer, I get a free evo. So like in theory, your high roll would be like you promote a 3, evolve into a 4, play your tamer, trigger the emblem, evolve into a 5, and then evolve into your 6 to pass turn, and that's like your tempo swing. And you could like maybe do this like turn 2 in some decks. But like the queen bee either just like negs your hand just to like recover, and then you get to play something out. And it's like both of the effects are once per turn. The heal from the heal I think is fine to be once per turn, but like why is the play out once per turn?
Once per turn, yeah.
What are we afraid of? That like I might have 3 guys on board?
They really don't want you to have like multiple ace targets in bees.
Yeah. I think it's the fact that bees just don't swarm that quickly.
What?
Yeah, famously.
What if they're just afraid of like finding that the colors that overlap for green black turn into a DNA body they weren't ready for, and they're just deathly afraid of accidentally putting DNA
What do you mean
on
that
board?
they weren't ready for? They made the DNA
Brother,
body.
that doesn't mean they were ready for it. We have seen DNA Digimon show up in decks that they were not designed for so frequently.
Yeah, this is
like
true.
Pyrodramon in Hoodie.
Pyrodramon in Hoodie, Alphamon Oryukin, and anything that sneezes on you.
Yeah.
So I mean, like bees is like
and Fish.
it's really fun because like unironically I've been enjoying it a bit more than Zeph, just on the principle that like I get to like work harder and like I get to like clean up my gameplay. Like, I don't just get like randomly carried. Like in bees, like everything has to be like super purposeful, like managing like your security and then like what you're loading. Fun, you can do some like funny stuff. Like you can loop Hornet Eraser, like if you really want to. Like you just like loop a security bomb and then you tell the opponent at some point, like you either have to burn this or it's going to get checked. And it's just kind of evil. But then like I'm playing Green Birds, and I don't think I've lost a game with Green Birds on the sim in like 2 weeks. Because I think it's just belligerent. So
I was saying like on the way back home, it feels really, really weird to interact with Zeph boards when they're not unaffected. Like Green felt like it was, all right, I swarm his 1,200 idiots, and then I hit you really hard for 5 checks with Bloom, that kind of thing. And then Zeph being single stack and being like, no, you can't interact with me. So every time I asked you when we played, is he protected? And you said no, it would be like, oh, that's weird.
it depends. Like it depends if you're playing for tempo or not.
No, like especially with everyone testing like a lot of the new stuff and like playing for the unaffected builds. I'm sure people are going to swing back in the other direction, but like it's just been really fun to be like, oh, this plays like Bloom. This is 3 guys, 3 checks. Any response? as opposed to, no, I'm sitting here. This is my tower for 1 turn. Please do not use an option card.
It has really good rebuild. That's like the main thing. It's
yeah,
like,
it's really impressive.
Daramon's a monster.
Yeah, and just having the ability to just like put stuff on board and then like make the opponent interact is really nice.
They put Mimi on a when Digivolving.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
Even like with the builds, there's like a lot of things that can be explored. Like I've seen like talks of like potentially like a no emblem version of the deck where you like how Medusa did at Nats, where you just forego the emblem and then you just play boost and training just for more consistency. I've seen like builds up with like Palmon as opposed to the other terror because like Palmon is like super punishing.
Yeah.
I've seen like all sorts of things. I think that's just like, I don't think the emblem is really what like saved Zeph. I think like the tamer plus like the level 4 being on play as well to get the tamers out is really helpful.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's interesting too because like Zeph kind of went from like you're there's about 100 hours of you complaining about this on this show, Marcio, but like Zeph was like a do nothing deck until your opponent played your game because like the extent to which you had choice was like promote your stack. But there's like the 5 that Warp Evolves plays a guy. The 4 is a relatively strong on play. The Kokatorimon from last set is another relatively strong on play. Like it's not just that it is stacks now. It's also like that you have horizontal development in a way that like, yes, the Shoto gave you back in like for the 5 people that were really abusing the like high quality scramble Shoto back in, what was that, 2.5? But now it's like that's like fundamentally the game plan. Like you don't actually have to make Vortextramon to do the deck game plan.
Yeah, being able to
anymore.
Vortex without like now finally not being held hostage by your opponent playing the game feels like it feels like it forces you to play on board more than you would, even though you still get punished for it. Like it no longer feels like Blue Flare, where it's like if I gave you the 2 body, that's my fault. Like if I give Zeph the body, that's my fault. Now it's like I feel like I give them the body because at least when they win a battle, they hit me and they might not have piercing.
I think it's like a testament to the design of the cards, though. Like,
it's really
there's
cool.
a lot of people who'll complain about whatever is good at any moment. I'm not going to pretend that isn't true, but like the fact that they were like deciding that the power budget can be 1 memory and it can count security battles means that like it isn't as egregious as like some of the other ways you've made a big fighting Digimon in the past. So like, you know, it's a protagonist deck, bro. It kind of plays a little bit like BT12 or Greymon beating ass. I'm like, it's sort of a fundamental principle of like when they go back to making these decks that are like 2 turns of relevant threat, that's how they want you to play. This is just a green version, so it hatches.
I still don't think that like the deck is like, I'm saying that the deck isn't tier 1 is a little bit like dismissive. Like, I think the deck is very
Misplay
good.
was though.
My main thing with it though is that like its Hootie matchup is like pretty rough, but then again, like who doesn't have a bad Hootie matchup? Like I think having a poor Hootie matchup is not necessarily like a bad thing.
I think one thing that's interesting about it is it still does eat Loop alive.
Yes, you beat Loop 100%. It's the Ryuji mid-range build, which is again what Hootie is like, you know.
Which I think is also super interesting. Like being a deck that doesn't lose to both Hoodiemons and only loses to one, once again gives us that really interesting field where like if you show up on Loop, are you hoping to dodge Vortex or are you cutting in like 1 or 2 of the options in order to remove it, like we kind of saw in like JP's version of Control where it's Loop with 2 spell cards and you just go, I hope I see it? Or are you like fully building for mid-range like we saw in Bristol, like kind of like that 50-50 split? So I think it being good into one rather than both is good for the format because it means that there'll be players that try and take both and are just trying to have different matchups.
The main thing with the is like it's a green deck that just doesn't interact with tamers. For some reason, they just on my new support, they forgot to let me like tap tamers, which is, you know, kind of annoying.
It would never hurt another person, bro. He's a good kid.
I just needed like a thing, like either the Zeph could have maybe tapped the tamer or like anything. Like if one thing let me suspend tamers, I think that I could be a lot stronger. But the fact that I just have no tamer interaction is just like, oh, I just lose to Ryuji.
I think that's the biggest bit as well, is the fact that we've come from a heavy tamer meta into a mid tamer meta in the sense of all the liberators need their tamers at least to like shut down half of the effects.
You see winner and you don't go, what the fuck do you do?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, bro, what
I still hate winner, by the way.
Yeah,
winner still sucks. Like even the new one, the new one's like,
5?
Collision's kind of cute.
Collision
I don't
piercing,
hate it.
sure, is cool. But like he costs 5 and he's not a searcher. He's like a fucking security manipulation. And it's just like, oh my. I feel like he could have costed 4 and not have the security thing and just have like the mem setter plus end of turn, and that would be like a lot better.
Is he your third winner or is he your second?
He's the second winner.
Yeah. The first winner still annoys me. What, like he doesn't even like the payoff should be like, if I'm evolving for my security, it should be like with reduced costs or something. But no, he's just the most useless chud ever.
Yeah,
I think it's because they wanted you to be able to access that, like those face-up securities.
You don't run into a situation where you put your your fucking.
But like, did they tie the cards? Vespa. Have you ever been able to like against a deck that's doing something? Like think of all the formats bees have been in the game where you were like, maybe I'll try winner, because there are games I play where my opponent doesn't beat the crap out of me before I can use my security.
Well, that's the thing.
It's crazy. It's
a lot better now. You can
now it's a lot better. But like back then, the old winner never had a use case.
No.
It's like, by the time I've put 5 cards in security, I'll still have some security, I'm sure.
The thing with the fun bee is like the fun bee is add security then load. So if you ever get put to 0, you can like heal 1, and then the queen bee also heals you 1.
Best yellow deck in the game.
Control deck needed a grind game.
But like not playing proto form is like kind of weird because you can just like also like pro form to put it into security then heal another one. So it's like we have to play these new cards because of the emblem, but then like the things that you're playing for the emblem don't help sort of like where the deck started the going in terms of like the support, and then like we have to cut things like Fae, which is like super annoying.
So bad. I love that card.
I'm gonna take the best card out of my deck.
And it's like, okay, I have to like cut an amount of Fae because she doesn't work. Well, technically she is searchable off of the emblem because it's a royal base in text.
Card.
Yeah, royal base in text. But then it's like there's this emphasis on like manipulating your security, but then the only thing that actually like positively interacts with your security is the old queen bee. And granted, winner fixing her by like making her be able to attack is neat.
Yeah, it's tight.
So you can actually like toolbox things out of your security, because a lot of times like you desperately need like the Digivolve. There's a lot of things that you actually just have to Digivolve. And the Tiger Vespi is also quite good because like you can mass the tamer board
on that card.
Yeah, and you can lock a tamer.
Yeah, it's real nice.
But like he only has protection bottom side. So if you promote at 5 into the what is it called? God damn, the level 5. I literally
just Vespa or Cannon Bee.
The Vespa
is the Liberator one. Yeah. Cannon Bee is the not Liberator one.
Yeah, into the Vespa, it's like, oh, I just don't have protection.
Don't get me started on that, by the way. Right.
Unless you go into the CS one. But then the problem with the CS one is that it's not a
Liberator, so you can't go into it off the stupid emblem.
So the deck just has like so many like conflicting.
You talking about bees does it puts a smile on my face because I am currently playing the deck that is Liberator by technicality. Millenni has 3 different tags that don't play with each other. And you're like, oh yeah, you know, this was not Liberator tag, it's CS tag. I'm like, bro, my tamer can't pitch one of the cards that was custom designed for Millennium on.
I tried Lucamon.
It's also Liberator tagged, and nothing searches Liberator.
The Lucamon searcher trashes the tamer, and you can't play the tamer.
Tom, stop hurting yourself playing this game.
Me and Jimbo were laughing at it. We played a game where the guy was playing at Jenai's house, and Jenai's house is like, he plays Lucamon. Yeah. And then it gives you extra, like he made a turn 1, sorry, I'm just going to really turn 1, 18k raid level 3 that blitz attack.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, this can't be that bad. This is like something, right? It's fine.
And then like the thing is
broken, but like you can't put glitter on a turret.
The thing with Lucamon is like it has one like turn on like turn 1 or 2 where it goes, oh my god, how do I beat this deck? And then you like
you figured out that in 4 turns you're still in as much danger as you were on turn 1.
It just doesn't matter. Like you can let him recover.
This card is so good though, man. Like it's just
his birthday recently.
Yeah, if they continue to actually care about Lucamon and print cards that are as good as EX10, for one, the deck will be less lame because it's about like attacking and playing the card game.
You can't say
And then the other half is that they might actually develop something that's like affordable.
I think the deck is still lame. I have it built, and the deck is just lame.
Yeah, right now there's nothing you can do.
These are like what, the C team? These are the C team guys. They're not even the B team.
I explained this to Jimbo earlier. He was like, "What do these characters have to do with the story?" This is your last chance, Liberator lowdown enjoyers. Reyna got beat by the Ice Snow Lady, who was like, "Oh my god, I'm a kid who plays Digimon with my friends," and the Ice Snow Lady was like, "Hey, here's what's up. You can have the good Ice Snow cards," and she straight up like gives the kid like Hexablaumons and stuff. Like she's like, "Hey, you should try good cards instead." It's great. It's a great plot point. So the Ice Snow Lady beats this kid. Ryutaro beats the Lucamon guy, and the Lucamon guy is like a criminal. He's like extorting people's like personal details from their Digimon Liberator accounts. Like he's like a DDoS crime.
A bank employee who worked at the mega bank until a colleague's blunder. Oh, so he's crashing out based on colleague bait. You know what?
Respect.
Yeah. And then Ryutaro beats him so bad, and he's like, "I will not tell the authorities about you if you work for the game." And so Ryutaro starts extorting this guy.
Damn.
And then the last one is Chitose, and Chitose gets his ass whooped by Cool Boy in like the pre-story, and then he's like, "Yeah, I guess I'll work for the developers then. That's fine."
Dude, it's so JRPG coded to beat someone's ass and be like, "Uproot your life. Come work for me or my organization." You're like, word.
To be fair, that is the sort of thing you would do at 26 when you're like, "Dang, fresh start, I guess. Beggars can't be choosers."
Yeah, especially in this job market, bro. As a debugger,
he's like, the Chimeramon.
So these guys aren't even like, they're not even like villains necessarily. Like they are like they have less screen time as characters than like the first mini boss of the main comic arc. Like
popular side characters
who are they're like renowned side characters. The web novel's weird. If people read it, it's good luck.
Yeah, I was gonna read it for this episode, but maybe we'll talk about it for
the whole novel.
Yeah, I was gonna read everything.
NSO is really good, by the way. That's the like if we're gonna talk about the fringe ones. Nightmare Soldiers, like the Reyna tamer is crazy.
It's like very good card.
What does Reyna do again?
Reyna is pitch and start of main. Sorry, on play and start of main to pitch an NSO to draw one, gain one. So she's like your acceleration. She works with the mem setter mat that some people are still playing anyway. Because then you trigger the mat, you go to 5. Oh,
that's pretty good.
And then the like main gimmick is when a Nightmare Soldier gets deleted, you can trigger a DNA from 1 on board, 1 in trash. So it's like her gimmick is just like she can both use scapegoat really well, and she can like progress and like make DNAs on the other turns. So she can like do stuff like making Bolt Boutmon at your opponent's turn start.
That's actually like the power butcher of the card. Is like because when you read Boltbound, it's like the best board clear in the game.
It's fantastic.
But then it's like, oh, it doesn't linger. What's the point of this card? She lets you make it on the opponent's turn, so it does linger.
Yeah. Digidane, homie and content creator Supreme has been posting lists that he gets past. Considering how like much, if you haven't gotten the memo, the fact we're talking about NSO right now, there's like a lot of fun decks right now. Like the format has like opened up in a pretty cool way. Like a lot of like fringe tier 3ers and now fringe tier 2ers, and that's like catnip for your local scene. But like Mist Barrier is just like complete custom card craziness in this deck in a way that people had sort of not considered. Mist Barrier is, oh my god, Andrew, when you read this, you're gonna have a moment.
By deleting one of your Digimon, you play Dismount from your trash without paying the cost, then place in battle area. When one of your Myasmon is deleted, delay. You may play Venom from your trash.
So you have a couple lines where you can play a few packages to get you into Venoms. Some people are doing it. It's kind of by and large not the end of the world.
You don't need it for that part. Yeah.
What this card reads is 4-memory context fusion. So NSO has been cool to see people mess with. Like it's still purple, draw 1, trash 1, good stuff. There's analog youths. It's one of those decks that you'll play like 4 digital gates, but like you'll have a great time, man. I really like these cards.
There's a couple of things like NSO gets to do is like it has like interaction on the opponent's turn because you have like the Piedmon.
Callus too.
You have Callus to like interact with Tamers. And you can use the Piedmon to kill your own shit, and then like some of your things when they die, like the Piedmon will bring them back. So like you can reloop things like the on deletion Cannelmon to just like gain the memory.
Yeah, over and over again.
You just like, you know, have this guy on the board, pop it, gain a memory, bring it back, and then pop it again later on.
Yeah. And even the cheap 4s you can play out are like effective. Like the what's his name? The Dokugumon is like just a tap down.
Suspend. Yeah,
so it's just like it has like really strong like if you can trigger this at the start of a rock's turn, they lose a swing.
Yeah.
It's a very, very, very neat deck. The problem is that like it just kind of takes a while to get going.
Yeah, it's a summer waiting room.
There's
deck,
no
like
tamer play in these.
No, you have to play
decks.
DGO.
You have to play DGO. But that's okay. We got time. EX12 coming out this summer. Get ready for Shambhala.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Shambhala is gonna be so peak.
So tight, dude. I'm so excited for Gokumon.
Goku and Eja and Erlong.
Oh, yeah, they better do burst modes. That's all I'm saying. But actually, it's cool because they have a Crimson mode, a burst mode, and a blast mode. Yep. Like each of the 3 Warrior 6s are like themed like that. It's tight.
They have them by default.
Yeah, they are like they made them to be nostalgic to the other format. It's tight. That the whole world of Shambhala is just so many people don't know, but it's just so tight.
It's pretty cool.
This was the Liberator.
Yeah, you're right. Well, sorry, NSO's in this set, so I got excited. Yeah, dude, this format's fun. Tier 3ers becoming Tier 2ers.
Yeah,
Tier 2ers becoming Tier 1ers.
One deck I'm excited for that Jambo's kind of pilled me on is the Invisi core, at least.
Oh, like Invisi Justy.
Yeah, Invisi Justy is really nice. Like I was playing it on Wednesday. Just the new
bottom end that does something.
Yeah. Old Atlee. The new Atlee is
I'll tell you, yeah.
He's so broken, bro. What who did they read this card?
This card is very similar to like it's like reverse bees, where instead of flipping your own sticker, you flip the opponent's. So you just have perfect information, which is kind of broken.
It's a bad matchup into bees, I'll tell you that much. let me just help your game plan real quick while I
does bees specify top card every time, or is it top face down card?
Top face down card on the new ones. That's why they're good.
Okay, yes, so you're both racing to just flip up everything. That's awesome.
But more often than not, though, they're also flipping from bottom sometimes. Like with
they can replace from bottom with the promo.
With the royal base option, they shove into the bottom with
Hornet Eraser.
Is it Pororo?
Pororo, the egg triggers that way too.
It's usually take the top and then load the bottom of your sticker.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was top face down or if it was top card every time.
I saw footage of like like sometimes classic Japanese best of 1 Digimon YouTube, but I did see a clip of this guy going like a TS player made a board, and then this guy went started main and they promoted the thing, flipped over the security, and gave the whole TS board blocker because they flipped over the field spell.
That is the only downside, yes. But at least it's not a surprise when you swing, check the option, and they play a body. It's like, do I want to swing and give them a body now? That's
face down royal base might be one of the most frustrating things to hit.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Cyborgs are tight, right?
It's 100%. Going into Justy on the top end as well. This guy lets you go into Justymon for basically 0.
You do low-key kind of look like Justy as well, so I can't even hate it.
It's also that like the SB line. Funnily enough, that we were already playing like some of the SB cards like way back in like RBO1 when we got the RBO1
Hover SB.
The Hover SB, the last one, not this one, the last one,
the old super rare.
Yeah. I literally bought
those
all.
Bro, good times.
Yeah. This card was so efficient, and they kind of just kept that up of just like making this like finally a generic good black bottom end with like that lets you bridge into whatever you want. And Justy doesn't care about its bottom end; it just cares about the top end.
100%. I will say though, running this in newer SB stuff and newer Invisi feels a little bit bad because it takes the top security, looks at it, gives you either the draw or gain, and then puts it back face down.
Yeah, this one specifically is probably not the best one, but
yeah,
you have enough other relevant choices now.
Definitely. I feel like if you're going to run the bottom end SB package, you're looking at the EX11 one, which is the one on the far left.
This one.
Sorry, the normal SB one's the level 3.
Oh, yeah.
You're looking at running that one.
This guy was crazy. This guy really impressed me.
That guy, the one on the far left, and then the pure black RB one, which only has the inherit. No, 2 across.
LM. Fuck. There we go.
One more across.
Son of a bitch.
That one.
There you go.
Where it gives the inherit of plus 2,000. The other inherits feel a little bit useless right now because it's when the attack target changes, you can draw one.
But your 5 stop that, right? Isn't that the thing? Your 5.
Yeah, your 5 stop the attack target from being changed. So it's more of if you're blocking. But none of the Invisis have blocker on them.
Yeah.
None of the Oblivies have blocker on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
What does Analog Man redirect into?
Machines.
machine
You
specific.
could play Analog Man, but you generally don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it at all. But
It's
like,
just machines, man. It doesn't work
Oh,
with
it's just
cyborgs.
machine type.
oh
doesn't
right,
work with
yeah, because
machine.
machine
Yeah.
is a machine. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Like,
the cyborgs suite is good though. There's the standouts I've seen a lot of people messing with are Mega Gargomon, because just a good ace, and like the
Yes.
relevant tap down tamers and stopping digivolving comes up a lot in emblem formats, because like you can play to do lots of things, but like as long as you tap the Digimon, the emblem tamer free play won't come up. And then I've seen like a couple people on like Mega C's. You guys already said Justimon, and then like it's also a blue stack deck, so you can just make a hex.
And Aegis.
And Mirage.
Yeah.
Aegis
Well,
on
if you
7.
find a Mirage in this deck, kudos to you, bro.
the main thing with the
All I'm
with
saying
like
is these are cyborgs.
the Indizzy stuff is that like it gives like Justy a couple of things that it gives them like a couple of things that you don't normally have access to. Like this Oblivionmon is like really, really strong.
Yes. Yeah.
And just like you can kind of like sometimes go wide if you want to. You don't always have to, but you can sometimes go a little bit wide, which in Justimon is quite good because you have like one of the best aces in the game. In my
Not when I
opinion.
was running the ace, but you know.
Bro.
I still don't like the ace.
They made Dinosaur
It's
the set.
Typical overflow fear. You know, oh no, what if I overflow? What if you don't overflow and you win the game?
Yeah, you're right.
What if you trash their emblem?
Yeah. Yeah, I have done multiple times. It's very good.
Yeah, the Justy is very funny. I think it being a piece of removal that people often forget is in the game is very good. You guys still on this Invisimon? Do you need these?
Yeah, I
Cool.
need those.
Oh, I have like 9. I
I
went to a bunch
need
of events.
3 more for a playset. Cheers, gang. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It's one of those decks that like if it wasn't for Vortex Shimon, I'd probably like try a little bit more, but you know, it's so annoying. I can't play like other fun stuff because I'm just like, well, I guess I have to play the deck that I bitched about. Like,
Also, you've got like
me.
Bristol coming up in like a reasonable amount of time, so you've
There's a ban list between now and then. We're gonna be playing a different card game, man. Like, you should practice your fundies on like the competitive world. Especially if like you're in competitive team environments and you need to test for something like Dusseldorf. I'm very sympathetic to that. You know, get your lock-in going. Like, if your next event is after AD1 comes out, you don't know what you're playing.
Yep.
You don't.
81 is like
81 is not the most influential. I'm just saying, like, new cards plus ban list, you don't know what you're playing. Like, if you think you can psychically read the future for the ban list, you've learned nothing from Bandai ban lists over the years.
Yeah, nobody will be getting what they want. Hardy-Mon will be surviving.
Yeah, and the people that are the most sure will be the most upset. That's just how it is.
The
yeah.
Infinity Stones will be back to 4.
Okay. Why did we bring you on again?
He asked.
That's
no,
my
you
goat, though.
asked, and I said I will do this if you want me to.
Yeah,
That's
you were the
what
first
he's
one.
thinking.
First come, first serve. By the way, if your favorite content creator wants to get on the podcast, you should have them message us, and then we'll put them in the pool.
Yeah.
That's basically just how it works now. Like we're
Speaking of the
organized.
pool, internet celebrity Tommy Tricks on the Stick's been blowing up, guys. If you've not been on X, the Everything app recently,
Him and Jambo have really been hitting the shit
him
out
and
of the
Jambo
park.
are like little e-celebs. It's crazy.
This is where we find out that Jambo, he was like, yo, what if we both bought Twitter Blue and then did the thing to hide the blue check marks? And they just been like, oh yeah, guys, you know, we kind of been hitting it. And they're just actually griefing.
This is how you know Misplay is like a crummy, badly run podcast, is because what we should be doing is have Marcio have Misplay for Game in his like name on Twitter, because the amount of Twitter beef you and Jambo are getting into is getting clicks, man.
Yeah, because Jambo's wrong all the time.
I understand. I'm just saying we could be advertising. Think about
he's posting doesn't mean that he's right.
We need to set up
if anyone ever says anything about this show and the surrounding environment of the Digimon TCG, it's Marcio saying just because he's posting doesn't mean he's right. It's the only true story anyone will ever tell.
And it's different when we post because we're
always right.
We're posting for 2 hours at a time. Bigger number, better person.
Yeah, we have receipts, bro. You can check our post log.
Yeah, you won't catch us deleting entire episodes. That would never happen.
Nope.
It wouldn't, because I like views. Number go up.
EX11's fun, though. It's a shame, like, we're not playing. I mean, AD01 I don't think shakes up that much. The good cards in this won't still be good.
All I'm saying
Worlds is 80 or EX11. So y'all...
Oh, is it actually? Oh yeah, because
Worlds is
81's like
EX11. 80 is in March.
yeah.
End of March, right?
Something like that.
It is weird that it's so soon. Like it feels like we're still in. Like it's not as bad as obviously when we're playing catch up, but it still feels like we don't get any time in a format now.
Yeah.
Like BT23 was long, but it feels like 24, EX11, and 81 have been like weeks apart.
Could that just be because we had the time over Christmas again? Like
Yeah,
normally
exactly.
over the Christmas period, it feels super long because we're just idling about around a format.
No, but like BT, like Hoodie was around for a long time.
When did 23 come out?
Oh,
November.
Hoodie.
Yeah.
No. Hoodie was out like maybe like 3 weeks, a month before Bristol.
Yeah, I feel like middle of November is right.
Yeah, so we had Bristol,
was
we had
end of November, right?
Yeah, we had Bristol, we had Nats.
Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah, but that's still like a long ass time. Like
No, it's like
3 months. 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
2
just
months.
a
Yeah,
Legends
2-3 months
Digimon event in
compared to
December.
2-3 months compared to the what felt like 4 weeks, if that, between BT24 and EX11.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
I
'cause
will
there was an
agree with
EX
that one.
set
Yeah,
between,
okay, and then
like,
we're also getting an
that's
AD set.
all it is.
So that's what I'm
It's
saying.
not-
It
yeah, it's
is.
not
It
that-
feels fast. Like we are getting a lot of product very quickly.
you're describing like EX5. No, EX5. What's that? Was Anubis? It was
EX5.
EX5.
Yeah.
EX5 into
16.
yeah, like no, BT15.
You're right. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
But we were also playing catch up still at that point. Like we were still being unified.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not as bad as catch up, but it definitely feels like we're just getting so much product, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's just
Well,
like
Yeah, the quirk of this is just because AD exists. Like in a year where we don't get AD or an LM set, it wouldn't feel like this. You'd have,
I hadn't even
have
thought
thingy
about
until
LMs,
May.
yeah.
They always like start off the year quite strong with like product releases. Like we'll just
Yeah,
get
if
a
it
lot of
wasn't
stuff.
this be a starter deck.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, that's fair
yeah.
enough.
Also, we got a Sakuyamon starter deck after 23, which granted doesn't change everything, but it was
No,
6
it changed,
cards
it
for
changed
other
one
decks.
deck,
Too.
yeah. One deck that was
so-
already still good. I guess that's the other thing. Is like one deck that was still very competent after a ban list. Is like so it didn't feel like it added anything. It just justified the things that got hit.
Yeah.
Did it push it any further? Did it end up getting any results with the new stuff?
Yeah,
Sakuya?
got 2 in top 16
Nats,
of
yeah.
Nats.
Ah, nice. Nice.
One of the UK players
EU
was on it.
Nats?
Yeah.
Oh, EU Nats.
Vortex was on Sakuya.
Good deck, man.
And Jambo nay-nayed on a Spanish Sakuyamon player. Just absolutely nay-nayed on him.
Sometimes he does it, man.
Made him read it. Made him read win rate 60%.
Do we want to do
yeah.
bandless predictions?
We don't have the whole courtroom thing set up.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be we got to give it 2 weeks.
I thought that this was what the plan for today.
I actually
No,
have
we're
no
doing
idea.
the Worlds thing next. That was an attempt to segue from me earlier when I was talking about how Worlds is in EX11.
Oh, valid.
It doesn't matter, Jamie. When you come on the show long enough, you're like, yeah.
What's going on?
Hey, I mean, the last one was just a yap session. It sounded like we were going to be a yap session until we started talking about bees within 3 minutes. I was like, oh my gosh, we're on topic.
Yeah,
Just
it's
the jinx
green.
things.
Worlds is going to be funny. I think Green might win it this year.
We talked about this last year. We talked about it the year before, but Worlds is full of places where like the best players in the world are there. And so what happens is that like it's about like meta reads, not about like strictly the best deck winning Worlds every year. Because
Yeah,
like
it's like-
Galaxy wasn't the best deck, but it won Worlds last year. Security Control certainly wasn't the best deck, but it won Worlds the year before.
Excellent example, by the way, of Jambo posting but being wrong. Is like potential man deck forgetting conveniently
world
that it
champion,
is
yeah.
world champion.
Yeah, one of 3 world champions.
I think like it kind of depends on like the players because like a lot of them could just be going for vibes, and then there's like I think like I think like people from like LATAM and like OCE care more about like doing well. JP 100% cares about doing well. Europeans they're all just kind of like, yeah, man, whatever. I mean, I'm sure that there's like a few of the Europeans that actually care about doing well.
I guess it helps when like Lan has gone twice. So like he's just like, another yearly holiday for me.
Yeah,
And
it
then,
is,
like-
it is pretty tight to have the repeat attendees.
Like Moment is just going
Yeah,
again. It's just like,
on
yeah.
kicking it time.
So like I feel like the meta is probably just like figuring out what the hell the Japanese are gonna be on.
Mhm.
And like if you can do that, then like
Especially
you'll have
with the attendee numbers.
And China
like,
now.
so
China
stacked for
China are
Japan.
so good now as well. Like
yeah, China as well.
we now the state of play has gone so much better. Where like Korea's not super behind, China's not super behind. Like SEA have historically done well as well, but it definitely felt like there was like two regions you had to care about, and then like the Westerners trying to be like, oh, best of 3 is superior. But now like all of Asia's so good now.
It's finals, right? So it's held in Japan. So does that mean that it's
best of 1 Clown Fiesta, baby?
Best of 1 up until top 8, right?
You have to make it out of pools.
Yeah. Basically, you have to get out of the
awesome.
Damn.
But
so
that's what I mean. Like,
two formats.
We talk about this every year. It's like it's not always about like what's good. It's like people making a call. So like some people have like been smuggling away little pet decks.
And it is pools. It's not like a Swiss. Everyone Swiss. You get put in pods of like 3 or 4. So you players, just have to You have to have had a cold shot for a limited format and hope that you lock into 3 other players that your deck is designed to shit on.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Why SetCon won.
Yeah, you just need a pool.
You're in a room of people who couldn't out SetCon. Shouts Pete.
It's why Levia also seems to do relatively well as well, because you can just draw 1 trash on your way through pools.
Yeah.
If they're on some like crazy greedy high roll and they don't high roll, you are gonna draw on trash 1 till the game ends. And also, we say this like every week, Japan has forgotten Levia exists, or have like some sort of signed deal where they're not allowed to resolve the yokai between the months of January and December.
I don't think we're gonna see Levia this year.
Yeah, I think time might find. But that's what's messed up, right? Is that Levia was
how bad can 4 protoform be?
Well, you'd be surprised because Bees isn't going to Worlds.
Or unless
the thing with Levia is like Levia hates like level 7s that it can't deal with, and like
they made a whole set of level 7s.
Before, like why Mirage was so good was that like once they made the Mirage, they couldn't get sacked in security, and now they do not have like a convincing out to Vortex Shaman that isn't like an option that isn't a Levia option. Like they would have to play some like absolute like stinky doo-doo card like Earth Shatter or whatever purple, Trump Sword that doesn't do it because it only does it with like 5 bullet or rivals, right? They would have to play something like that, then deal with it. At which point you pass the Vortex player like 5 memory or something. So
it doesn't matter,
but then conversely, it's like, well, Vortex Shaman's very good, so Hootie is like really, really good. And like if you look at NA, like Hootie was like 6 out of top 16.
Yes, that's correct. Good segue.
Which I'm not saying that we were right, but I'm saying that we were
I'm saying we were right. Yeah, Marcio, we're always right.
Hootie is. It doesn't matter that it didn't win. Hootie is still the best deck in the game. Like your deck needs to beat the Hootie vibe check. And a lot of these lists, I think there was only like 1 mid range. Most of these were loop.
Yeah, and some particularly crazy versions of loop. Like I forget the player's name. That sucks. I watched it live, but the ice wall, like the one, it was 1-ofs all the way down.
Season 1 character, such a funny name.
The whole 5th of the deck is just 1-offs these days, right? Surely.
To a degree, but like it's the ability to feel like
Tropical Venom, awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4,
was this the guy that was round 1, day 1?
I believe.
Not sure.
I believe so. I'd have to try and find the VOD again.
This was also the person that won LCQ then.
I feel like I would remember them saying that on the cast. Maybe not, but this is misinformation for games, so maybe it was.
This is the deck of all time.
Yeah. It's just
This means every Infinity Stone has a top now as well.
I'm glad that at least like Tropical Venom already had a top in
top in Hoodie. Sorry, specifically in the Hoodie Gauntlet. Every single
Digilab's first top.
Yeah,
the promo, right?
Yeah,
I think that Digilabs is like, it would be so good in mid range because it's like, ooh, I can randomly tap into the loop if I don't have the loop rookie, so I get like 2 more checks. But then it still requires like double Shaku.
See, this is gonna feel like one of those cards that, like, when the ban list does do something about this deck, you'll be like, "Oh, they had a Digilab in security, and I got rolled."
The thing with
yeah. Sorry, it was the TS player was the guy that won LCQ, and he was playing into a Hoodie in round 1.
the Digilab card is like super crazy, and I think like them printing Digilab means that like we might get the CS Rookie's Choice restricted in some capacity with Hoodie, because like, oh, you know, we're starting to make use of that choice restrict function.
Yeah.
So that'll be neat.
One day we'll figure out how to do choice restriction as like lawyers to like what crime that correlates to.
That's got to be like a restraining order.
Great job, Andrew. This is why they pay you the big bucks, man.
But TommyNT said that TS won the LCQ and also won the event. So TS, I think, is like the second deck to beat. And it's like, I think Hoodie is more popular. And I think like generally like on average stronger, but TS is more like it has a better high roll.
I think it's easier to make data sets for Hoodie though, because it really is loop or mid range. Whereas TS is such a broad, like this is like a Maruki mid range. I've seen some people call it.
Card quality is so good.
The Minerva mid range, excuse me. Yeah. And then
there's
there's also like the we talked about the blue Abyss area fish list that won JP finals. There's Olympus Mega Zoo.
Oh, let's not forget that the reason why TS is able to win these events is because they have a good Hoodie matchup. Like the fact that they can just like drop Minerva, which we literally said that like 2 weeks ago. If you go drop Minerva against Hoodie, it's a very good play. Like it's genuinely like a very good play.
Minerva play Dankanan is one of the craziest 7 memory you can spend in Digimon. Just an absolutely backbreaking turn.
Also,
Minerva play Homerus.
Weird. One Gato is so weird.
Yeah, the juju on this one trips me out.
I was gonna say it's because they're on Asuna, but they're literally only on 1.
It's because they have like 4 of the boost, so they can kind of like just hard make Sylphie. They don't have to DNA.
This also isn't playing like if in the versions that are trying to make Sylphie at start of turn, you see more of the maxed out counts of the free play tamers. So like that's just a thing it can do, not what they're building to do.
Also like Dankadan play base area and then like a base area play Venus or fucking Neptune.
Play all of them. They're all blue or yellow.
Yeah, they're all blue or yellow. Is like also like pretty strong, like empty board, like empty game state. Out of nowhere, like you can open past the 3 and then you still got like a bunch of value. It's really, really strong. But this deck, like the options I get to play, they're pretty good. Like the green one's good because it like they're playing the green and the blue ones because they don't trigger on deletions, right? Like that's why these are the good ones, because they don't delete, which is what you want in this metagame. You do not want to be deleting things.
Yeah, giving stuff on delete is real rough right now.
Yeah, not a single one of these removals. I guess you could argue Maruki when it punch pierces, but like
it's rarely doing that.
When one of the options is linked to a Digimon, is it a Digimon effect or is it still the
option?
No, when it's linked, it's a Digimon.
The main effect. Are you saying like when the Digimon uses the link effect, or when you use the effect to link to a Digimon?
When attacking the link effect.
That is a Digimon's when
That's
effect.
A Digimon.
Sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying. I thought
yeah,
you were
so it's an option when it's cast and then it
work.
links, and then when it's linked, it's just a Digimon effect. So a lot of the people that are like, oh, I'll use this to beat Vortex, I'm like, it better kill Vortex on cast.
That's what I was just thinking. Is like, why don't people just run Soulfear then? Because that's when attacking delete level 6, right?
It's
6 or higher.
5 or lower for when attacking, and then it's 6 or higher.
Vortex wasn't legal in this tournament is the reason why they're not doing that.
Well, no, I know.
But you could hypothetically make that case for continuing things. I still don't necessarily think it's the correct way to interact with Vortex. I think this deck actually, in some cases, can make a board too annoying for Vortex to meaningfully fight over. That's why they have to go wide to contest it.
I believe it.
I think the thing with the TSX is that I think people are not used to like what amount of memory they need to pass to the opponent.
Yep.
It's like we joke like, oh, you could pass them like the 5 memory and then a lot of their effects don't work. But like generally that's like actually not incorrect. Like them having to physically spend, like when you think about what could this deck do with like X amount of memory, you'd be surprised it's actually not a lot. Like this deck plays more when they have fewer memory than if you just actually pass them 5.
0 for a 4 versus 2 for a 4 is a lot of memory that we've gotten so used to cheating memory out of this game that people forget that when you pay full cost for a level 4, you're like, oh shit, I have 1 more action at best.
I am the happiest to be the guy that says we should ban all trainings. I've been doing it for literal years at this point. But you do actually have to pay 2 for using a training, whereas you don't have to pay 2 to use Patamon.
Yeah. And like the next snowball is pretty hard. It's also that like your damage is kind of crazy. There are some high rolls where like you can go like swing the Garuru and then like slam Gato or whatever, make Sylphie, and then evolve into like Neptune, and then that's like you basically just wipe the opponent's entire security.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Or like you evolve into like Maruki. There are the like kill lines, you know, like the turn 2 Maruki OTK type shit. That can come up sometimes.
Yeah.
And then like the other thing is you just, even if the opponent clears you, you then spend the turn just slamming guys, and then you get the turn to hatch, and then or like you hatch and then slam a guy, contest the board, and then the next turn, that's typically when you'll have game. That's sort of like the play pattern with the deck is like make your first stack, promote, aggro down, they respond to you, or you respond back. On the next turn, you should have your resources to kind of go.
I do really like the Patamon as well as the like free Evo rookie. I think it just, the -2 matters probably in the mirror quite a bit, where when you have Abyss Area and everything, or does Central Town also give blocker as well? Or is it Alliance Vortex?
I think so.
Let me play.
It gives them DP.
Yeah, Central Town is like an actually combat-oriented one because they've made the choice to like consider what Marukimon would do.
Yeah, I was just
It's like Alliance and something else.
Plus 2k, then if you have Maruki Minerva, all your green or yellow TS trait Digimon gain Alliance.
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah, so like in the mirror where Abyss Sanctuary's open on both, being able to -2 like a free played rookie just so it's one less blocker to interact with, I think is pretty neat versus situational draw. And you know, draw and trash one's fine, but I think having a when attacking trigger that lets you kill small chump bodies and then only leave them with little interactions, I think matters a lot.
Also, it's like, notice how there was no Royal Knights in top 16 because the TS decks eat them all alive.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse too.
Neptune and Venus are just like the best like anti-Royal Knight cards ever in its peak. Yeah, I'll bottom deck all of the Digimon with the lowest sources. Yeah, I'll do it again off of Homos. Yeah, I'll do it again.
The only way you could, the oh shit button is or you can, and then you do it, and then I overflow you 5.
Yeah, and then like, or you can sometimes like, well, actually, most of them are like a 12 KDP because it's the Olympus 12. Oh my god, guys.
Yeah.
So like even with 3 Homeros, you'd still only go to 15. Also, Homeros is just
a crazy.
Having some people
plus
will
1k.
tell you that card's bad.
Plus 1k, guys.
Secret rare for a reason, right? Secret rare for a reason.
It's because they want you to spend money.
Yeah.
Oh, that means we'll get a secret rare Kunlun and a secret rare Drazel.
No, stop. I do
Shambhala
not
needs it.
No, I don't want expensive cards for Shambhala. Like I haven't been excited for like a Digimon set in a while, like an actual set. Liberator, yeah, it's cool, whatever. Like I mostly was excited for the set out of spite because I'm just like, the set has to be good, otherwise I'm quitting the game. Well, I wasn't gonna quit, but like Shambhala, I'm like, no, fuck, dude, they made a Goku Digimon. That's cool. No,
he's so cool. Satan Gokumon is so tight.
What's great as well is because it's like a main set. They've done so well with card quality as of late. There's genuinely no chance that you can at least cope your way out and go, the Gokumon's bad, I'm not interested in this set. You know this card's going to be fucking nice, man, because they turned EX5 Marukimon into this Marukimon.
Yeah.
These cards will be crazy.
I love
like, Blitz Omnimon sometimes.
I love like Sun Wukong in like any form of media, which is also, by the way, side note, where the fuck is Sun Wukong in Deadlock? Like you need Sun Wukong in your MOBA. Yeah. It's like a rite of passage. Like every MOBA needs Sun Wukong. That actually kind of annoys me.
Hey, anyway, Dota didn't get him until quite late into the
but
dev.
You got him.
Dota finally became a MOBA when Sun Wukong came out.
Yeah. You need legally distinct Sun Wukong.
Yeah, the A is actually not for Arena, it's and Wukong.
And Wukong, yeah.
That's why he's in number 2.
Multiplayer online battle and Wukong.
Actually, his name is Monkey King. He's the king of the monkeys.
Yeah, that's his profession. That's it. Like he's on the clock when he's on Dota.
Yeah. I don't think Sniper's given name is Sniper.
The thing is, like, I'm really excited for Wukong, but like Nejamon looks so
cool. I'm so stoked.
Like the tires and shit.
And the burst mode has the motorcycle. Or sorry, the crimson mode has the motorcycle.
Yeah. So it's so cooked. And Ryugu, which means more fish support. We can't that deck, like me and Trix, we are cooking some diabolic. Well, I say me and Trix, I'm gonna start like testing it. I already kind of knew, like, obviously the Yao is fucking broken.
Yeah, Yao is bananas.
It's like a tamer that stuns.
Dude, we were on the way to the Jester's local, and Trix, with his whole chest, this is another, like, Hoodiemon read of all time. He was like, you know, I think Liberator Fish might be the worst Liberator deck on the A team. And I was like, I could just crash this car.
That?
I could just crash this car right now.
He said that?
Yeah, without resolving any of the cards. He's like, you know, I think it might be the worst one. And I was like,
he killed me on turn.
This was before.
This was before resolving any cards. He said that. We got to Justice. He played one game, and every time he did 4 actions for no memory, we just go, you know, this might be the worst Liberator deck.
He goes hand minus, by the way, apparently.
Draws 15 cards.
Yeah, it's because he's resolving 400 effects by turn 3.
Yeah, like he did it, and then he's like, yeah, no, my bad. This deck's crazy.
Which was like super weird because like
Bro, why is Yao all turn? It's absolutely outrageous that Yao is all turns.
Was the first one to get like the emblem and stuff, and at the time, it was super exciting, and like me and Trix we were like straight up like bouncing on it. We even made the video on like Jamie's channel. You know, we might bring that back, but it was just kind of like, oh, this was neat, but it feels like there's something missing. And then like on the low key, we got some like crazy ass shit like Neptune, and then like the new Yao, and now we're kind of like, ooh, is this like my problematic fave? Are we like Blue Rocks now? Like,
does Yao let you go into Neptune?
Yeah, quite. Oh no, is she Liberator tag?
Does she only let you go into Liberators?
Wait, Yao or the emblem?
Yeah. I know emblem lets you go into an aquatic emblem, right?
No, it has to be Liberator.
You have to use a Liberator.
Aquatic Liberator.
But like Neptune as a thing that you can go into that, it like as your secondary 6 is very good.
Which Yao is it that lets you evolve?
You don't actually play that one anymore.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Right, cool.
You don't need it. In fact, the crisis was so bad because like Yao doesn't have bad aimers. Like all of the Yaos are like super playable. And so we're just kind of like, either we play like Yao slop and you just kind of play the deck like a roguelike, where you just kind of play whatever you get given. It's like, this is good enough. Or you like commit to like a few of them and you go, okay, these are obviously the ones that I need and not the ones that are like nice to have. 100% it's the new one. The new one is so broken.
So outrageous. You trigger a decode, you get your tamer frozen, maybe you want to pull my hair out.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, man.
There's a couple things. I'm not going to leak the sauce, but let's just say that surplus of fish cards interacting with each other is really
it's genuinely be so funny from like
too buttery.
Oh yeah, we could, you know, I could just run it back on Hoodie if I'm not enjoying things like, you know, my TS matchup into Vortex, and Tricks going from like, oh, you know, I've got Deep Sabers to, oh, you know, blue TS fish is really, and then he's Liberator's like, you know, what flavor of fish do you want tonight? You want salmon? You want sea bass? You want for a little bit of
Tricks is so funny. He went from like there's a line, right, where he tops with Deep Sabers at the Misplay event in October, and then from that day to today, he has basically had at minimum 3 of his all-time favorite decks viable all at the same time. And he literally cannot play enough Digimon.
I forget he's a Gallimon player.
He will never, ever, ever get to Jessmon. There's just not enough.
Brother, his previous top was on Gallimon.
He got to play Gallimon.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, when has he had a chance?
No, Terriermon might be back. We're doing some things. Terriermon might be back for a local.
Okay. Is this the one that this is the one in the car?
Yeah.
Listen,
I could tell you, I'm not in the car, and I can tell you that's just Terriermon with Vortex Shabbat.
Oh no, brother!
No.
You remember Trinity Burst?
What did you say?
You remember Trinity Burst?
Oh, jeez.
Don't do this. No, we're not doing this again. DigiDan's video was very funny, guys, but we're not doing this again.
No, we've been optimizing. We've been doing some stuff.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, he'll one-shot a local, probably. There's no way he takes it to a real event, but you best believe one random local, you might die.
Even like, what was the like, I think like puppets are like, okay. I think it's okay.
Puppets is weird because it's so connected. The fact it's the only deck that is really for real an A team and a B team pilot together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like even with the emblems, and even that Mirai has her own new emblem, there is no world where you're like, you must exclusively resolve this in a way that like gives you Mirai's line versus like Arisa's line. It just doesn't exist. Like the deck is non-stop synergy between both of them all the time.
It's genuinely
They're sisters.
Yeah, Harry was making a really good point the other day that it's the only deck that is pure Liberator.
Yeah, that's true
well.
too. So both emblems are crazy in that deck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Harry likes puppets because he was like, emblems are my favorite way to cheat in Digimon. And so he was like, a deck with 8 emblems, sign me up.
Do you remember when we were like, oh my gosh.
You pay the 2-cost emblem, the 2-cost emblem hits the 3-cost emblem, you set up 2 emblems in one turn, your opponent goes, I don't know if I can stop 20 free memory.
It's like, do you remember when Shine like trainings got announced and people were like, you're gonna run 8 trainings in Shine, it'll be impossible to stop. Now this is an actual deck that does it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I mean, we could. I don't know if you want to like quickly go over like 8001. That set is so funny.
Like Rip Jambo's top, bro. He's
great,
not
bro.
top. He's actually not gonna top.
81 is so funny because it's like a bunch of cards that if they came out like 6 months ago, I'd be like, oh, this shit is nice. And so I'm like, I mean, these are like really cool cards for like tier 2, tier 3 decks. Like, don't get me wrong.
You could have convinced me to play Hero at an event with these Hero cards. Like, I am sincere when I say that, like, if this is what they did originally, I would not have been mean to that deck.
Dude, you have been the biggest hero hater that is also now like it's like
the Omni, I think.
Sorry, in 81, it's Gallantmon and Fighter Mode too, bro.
Oh Christ.
These are old cards that are like, oh, this is like kind of annoying, but then like a lot of the stuff in the format just kind of like placed through. Like the Imperial is like, it's cool that like they have like a.
I don't think it's a blue-green Imperial card. I think it's an alternate bullshit thing to do on top of Virus Fighter.
I think
mode.
it's
but
very
in a real world, they do something about Virus Imperial because that's one of the lamest decks in the game.
No, I think it works in blue-green Imperial because one of the very annoying.
It sees itself off Primogenitor, so like how bad could it fucking be?
But also just like before, if they made the fighter mode after you baited the free Evo from Dragon mode, you now have a second one that you have to deal with. So the fact that they can go from Dragon mode into second floodgate's really annoying.
But it doesn't resolve like a floodgate. You can trip the first fighter mode's floodgate will trip this into effect, and then it will immediately use its effect. Or Primogenitor exists. So it is like if you gave Imperial Mega Knight. That's what this card plays like.
Because they famously didn't, they really struggled.
They didn't need that or struggle with that. Yeah.
This card is very cute. I think I'm more saying that I'm worried is like I'm exaggerating. I think like the Shine cards are like
Shine is so good. It's the clear win.
This Marcus and Agumon. This is the
let me get the alt art once I forgot. Screenshot ass cards suck. Anyway, my favorite screenshot.
My problematic for this card is kind of messed up in a few ways, but then it means you're playing Shine, and there's like a lot of like problems with that.
You can make a ruin mode from one memory now, though. Like with a scramble, that's all you need. There are lines to this deck where I'm like, it's cool that they're like embracing that to an extent, though. Like the Shine is a battery by which you play and power up Marcuses. Like that's fun. So like if the game plan is to use Warp Agumon into the new 6 and then use the thingy to turn it into ruin mode and do 2 damage, like frick, man,
one thing I will say is it's really interesting that this is Marcus and Agumon, and these guys are for Marcus and Agumon.deck, not for Data Squad, because like obviously the Data Squad stuff has started to be released basically at the same time, and they have made this like, this isn't support for Shine and Data Squad, this is, Bossman and Lord Bossman going out. Like these guys are out here to fight. They are not with the squad.
Yeah,
it does have the Data Squad tag though.
It does, but like
it can be used with the new Shine stuff in the future.
It does have the Data Squad tag, but like we've already seen from the Yoshi and Keenan that the idea that they're going to be going for is like Digi Soul Charge sort of and then burst from that in order to get the evolution. And he does not Digi Soul Charge at all, just like Marcus does in the show. He doesn't charge.
He just punches.
He punches.
Which is how he gets his charge. Yeah, I think this deck is sick. I'm really excited. And it's now you can burst mode and then end on ruin mode. Which is you now get to do both in the same turn.
The end of turn timing type shit with the burst modes, that needs to get revised.
It's starting to get wild, yeah.
Like, they should choose not get both. Getting both is just so disgusting.
I've been mad about it since the day that I learned that Mirage could get Heaven's Judgmented in security and choose to have the DP minus fall off before it revert. That has pissed me off for over a year now, and now they've got another one.
There's also some other like the hybrid stuff.
Hybrids are crazy.
they're so like neat, and like you can tell that there's like real love put into these cards, and like
not into the
Beowulf,
artwork, but the cards.
Show me Aldemon.
the Aldemon is the crazy
He's
one.
outrageous.
This card is great.
If you've not played Red Hybrid in the last year, you gotta get back in, chat. It's so good.
Rush? Why does he have Rush?
Because you're supposed to cycle your tamers in and out of rotation. Like the idea
one of your
is
tamers
that this is your piece.
One of your
Right,
tamers that's to
but-
attack at end of turn. So
Yeah, but why?
Because it's an aggro deck.
because
They do
otherwise the
that
deck is
now.
too slow.
Yeah, it would be very unplayable without it.
It didn't need it.
It
Definitely did.
actually, yeah, it did. I think
Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that it doesn't need it.
you know, I'll give you
Just
this one,
doesn't need it.
Jamie. 4K DP is a little high, but otherwise, you know
Oh
what?
yeah, I didn't see that number. Hold
Yeah,
on.
if you want to get mad at the good part of a card, I'm cool with that, bro.
I'm not even upset. I'm more intrigued with the fact that this card end of attack plays a tamer, also draws cards.
Yeah.
It doesn't need it.
It
Your
does a
hybrid
lot.
aggro deck has to do something.
It does a lot. I think it's very cool that they're not making you. They're still insisting that every level of the hybrid is good.
Which is for Red Hybrid, Aldemon beat that. That's the correct way to-
Aldemon is the cool guy in most of Takuya's fights. If you've not seen the show in a while.
Emperor
Eventually,
Greymon
it's
does not
Emperor
have
Greymon
a
and
very
friends.
good win rate. But like for a pro tag, he is putting up B team numbers.
Yeah. But he's
Some might
cool, and he does cool moves in the fight. That they when they bring Takuya in the crossover episode, he starts out doing Aldemon fireballs.
Some might say it was win rate 60%.
It's true, bro.
Yeah, he
win
was.
rate 6-7%.
Does he
There
cost?
you go.
No, he cost 8. There we go. Got him.
Tommy's
GG.
tight.
Yellow card with jamming is
Omnimon-
weird,
We'll
bro.
do a like actual AD set review at some point.
Mono
'cause
yellow
we're not
is
done
kind of
being
annoying. I'm not
revealed.
gonna lie.
Yeah,
Mono
Mono-
yellow is super annoying.
Like, I don't know. It is very weird that if like we understand why, because it's like because he's the light one, so light is yellow. But like them dying on this hill is really fucking
Put the
annoying.
fries in the bag, bro. Just
They just hated that you could play like Koji cards with Tommy Himi. There was just no way around that was going to be a problem.
yeah.
I don't know. It's annoying.
Would you have preferred Koji cards with Zoe?
I'm ambivalent. I'm glad that this is the fun thing is I've said a lot on the show that like I don't think 1-Up should ever come back. I especially don't think Yellow Hybrid should ever get cards again like that because Zoe being green was the best thing that could happen to her. It made the cards fun.
Because green is beat.
Yeah, I like the 10. They made a Jet Sylveemon that whoops ass. Are you kidding me, bro?
What else is in the set? Oh, the Gamamon card is it's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, did
it's,
you know that card loads 3 from trash
I need this.
and then
I-
delete something?
It can't attack, so that's spending, Jamie. Did you
You're
know
telling me
that?
that the card does what the card says?
The card can attack without hibernation.
That's a good one, actually. The translation.
Yeah.
It was so Thomas posted it. I'm just like, the disappointment zone.
The disappointment zone is crazy. Do we want to talk about
Disappointment
ghosts?
We the series is like it's neat, but like it doesn't solve the deck's like issues. It's just like a better version of a series that you were playing by like a lot.
Yeah.
This is just like a 1% increase in terms of like efficiency, but you still lose to the same things. You're still kind of inefficient.
It was kind of the problem that I've complained about with some decks where it's like the 6s were not the problem. The problem was everything under the 6 sucked to use. And because it's one of those again where it's like before as well, because it's so traded by text, you can't even play like a generic engine. Like if like Ghost is a great example, it's like a lot of the stuff getting up to it kinda sucked. And you couldn't like Dark Animal engine your way up because you need too many things that are specific names. But this, yeah, Sirius was kind of the same thing. It's like when you were making the deck look good, it was by resolving a level 5 quite often.
Yeah.
Now level 5 is sick. And then it's like
3 is insane.
yep.
I have
And
nothing
then-
but good shit to say about 81, to be honest. Even if the new cards are of sporadic quality, the reprints are outrageous. It's 5 decks that people absolutely adore, inclling some of the most
Including
expensive staples.
Dynas and Lord
Yeah.
Knight.
Well, those are new guys, but
Yeah.
like it's the like, you know, if you could have given me a list of super rares that were kind of inconvenient to get a hold of, Hexablow and Chaos Mode are right up there. Omekamon and OmniX are right up there.
yeah,
Zephyr
talking about
Ace
the
is getting
actual-
expensive.
Is there a
We're
way
talking
to
about the
say
actual
what's
reprints.
in?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's as a piece of product, like if the pull rates are bad, like that's annoying. But you literally can't make more of a difficult to get card a bad thing.
If
I don't think.
I don't think because they're not 81 tagged cards. So
Yeah,
you're
but that's why I'm
Yeah.
trying to just
campaign.
select 81 as a set. So I wasn't sure because
No,
like
because the set code is for the new cards. It
As
doesn't
much as
matter.
you don't
I
like
can
it.
read you them if you want.
yeah,
As
that
much as you don't
works.
like it, card.dev also.
Basically, man, it's a couple generic staples, and then if it's a Crossheart card, Shine card, Galamon card, Imperial card, and Royal Knights card, and then to an extent hybrid card, they're
Which is good because it means that like
I mean,
they're easy products for people to
yes,
pick up.
people should be able to acquire good cards at affordable prices.
Yeah,
Some might even have things to discuss about that. Maybe I have to remove that from my thing in a second, but that'll be fine.
I was about to say is the AD set reprints absolutely amazing, making cards like available for people. However, some of the gold cards I have problems with.
They look so good. What are you talking about?
They do like they look good. Don't get me wrong, and I'll have to see what they're like in person because if they're going to be like
Bro, if
textured a
these
little
take
bit more
alt
as well,
slots, I'm crashing out.
I think they are because the box technically has 90 different alts in it because of the gold cards.
Yeah, but I hope that they don't count as like an alt slot.
No, I agree.
Like a foil slot, I'm willing
Don't
to
get your hopes
contend.
up, bro. The alt Dynast will count as an alt slot. Good luck.
I'm talking
Can't
about
wait
like
to see you pull 3 of those.
I'm talking like alt BT12 Vmon, which now has 5 distinct versions, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say is why are we reprinting cards that
You should
have
just be
a
able
lot
to
of
get
alt art
good stuff quickly.
and we've like the Alphamon BT20 Alphamon
Yeah, the
has
Royal
a
Knights
gold
one.
version, and we've only recently just had one. But I was talking to you, Tom, the other day about it.
Event packs aren't reprints to Bandai.
And yeah, like Bandai
They
don't see
they
event
don't
packs
fix it.
as
Japan doesn't do event packs.
Yeah, it doesn't matter
Oh,
to
do they
them.
not?
No.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't do
not,
event packs. They
It's
don't
not
do...
even the same in every region that plays standard format.
I didn't know it was because Japan didn't do event packs. I thought you just meant like, oh, Bandai are not viewing them like.
No,
as
it's
a
just
reprint
straight up they
platform.
don't get pre-release stamps as we've learned, and
Yes.
they don't get event packs. And their LMs, unlike being a stupid thing, you can just go to a store and get your LM cards. Like
I'm gonna do
Right.
my once per episode thing. I'm gonna peel behind the curtain. Hi, chatter. You don't know that if something is an AD, that doesn't mean it's on the ban list. You don't know anything about the ban list. That's the whole point of Bandai's ban lists.
I want to point
I
out
sort of get the feeling.
They would do that to you in a heartbeat. They would ban Growl X and give you 40 of them.
I get what they're saying as like at a first glance, if you don't know this leak,
If
this
you
looks
haven't
like,
been burned by Bandai on this before, yes.
if you don't know that that how they usually do balance, it could indicate that the reprints mean that the cards are not going to get hit, but there's a very high likely chance that like the design team and the balance team are not always like working together or talking to each other.
And this
so
also could
something-
have been scheduled months before they decided
Yes.
they were going to have these cards executed.
Yep,
I mean,
so that,
English
pretty much a
BT
chance.
10, like we knew
Mhm.
Shoutmon Crossfall was going to hell 2 weeks after the product came out. Did that stop
Yep.
people? No, because they wanted to win locals for 2 weeks.
But when a card's original printing, I think, has to fall under different kinds of restrictions when it comes to staggered ban lists. Like, it just doesn't. You have no idea.
I guess. I mean, one thing to point out is Royal Knights of
Cross 4
the
was a unique case.
Royal Knights of the
hold on.
Purge is on the list.
Chatter just said a thing which is just incorrect.
Let me draw my whole deck. Ooh.
Only if you're one of the privileged colors.
Or
So,
every
like-
color.
like let's look at a deck like Fenrir Lugamon. Have you played against Fenrir Lugamon recently?
Yes, it's a DCGO sweetheart deck.
It is, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that's Fenrir
people love
Lugamon.
that
That's not
deck.
Like, not Takemiga.
Takemikizuchi.
I guess so. You're
yeah,
right.
that's the
Yeah, great point,
differentiation.
KB. It's a great
Yeah.
point.
Have you played against like Ancient Gray, like Red Hybrid or like Blue Hybrid stuff with the promos?
Red
No.
Birds.
I was playing it.
And-
Birds is dead, bro.
Like Birds is dead. Ban lists do matter. Like in this game, ban lists do matter. The
Yeah,
idea that like
TDID Gallant is dead, brother. It's
I'm
gone.
if it's an engine card, it kills the deck. If it's a tech option, then it doesn't kill the deck. Like hence why like the Infinity Stones still see play.
Royal Knights of the Purge is getting a reprint. Most people's question was, why are we reprinting a card that's a one-of? Your Royal Knights players should be able to give them to you because they don't need 3 of them anymore. It's like, yeah, fair enough. But I think to your point, Jamie, the reason we're seeing reprints like these of cards that are even as new as BT20 is because they want you to in the very same way that a starter deck, you should be able to build playable out of the box. It feels like the design methodology behind this, and they've like mentioned the specific decks that they were focusing on in addition to giving you staples, is they want you to be like, oh, you know, I've been out of Digimon for a while. You know, there's so many different waves of Royal Knights. I wouldn't even know where to start. I don't know where to get them from. I don't want to buy 10 million singles. You can now buy a box that will probably give you a Royal Knights court that isn't BT13 being scalped. Like stuff like that. Or you're an Imperial guy, you can get cards, you know, staple searches from BT12 without having to specifically get singles from that. And you can get all of your main core, modern core, in one product, which I think is really, really helpful. It's a lot more focused than RB1 was, where it was like more of the staple shit that we saw, like all of the, you know, the rookie rush and floodgate stuff. Like we're getting actual cores in addition to staples, which I think is, hopefully, I really hope it does a lot better. It would just be nice if stores were able to order a reasonable amount of products.
Yeah, I agree with the staples because like they're printing the training scrambles and boosts all over again, so it does make sense that it is just
kind of cringe. It's not a new artwork though. That's my only flame.
I'll give you this because sorry, I'll let you go on ahead, Marcia. This is my last thing on AD1.
No, go ahead. You probably have.
I've seen a lot of people arguing about like whether AD1 is worth it as a competitive player if you aren't already invested, and I think people are thinking about the product in a very specific, first, Bandai oriented way, and second, a lot of the Digimon player base was Yu-Gi-Oh adjacent when the game really blew up. It was a COVID friendly alternative, and there's a lot of like community figure backbone stuff that comes from that kind of ecosystem. And I saw a post talking about this, that RB1 is to Yu-Gi-Oh end of year tins what this is to a Pokemon trainer's toolkit. This contains the staples you would need for a year's play on multiple competitive baseline power level decks. And so when you buy into a product like this, assuming the LM pull ratios are similar to how AD1 works, but like you buy a number of things, you get your staples, you buy presumably a box of AD1, you probably walk out of there with a couple Hexablaus, a couple, what's it called? Protoforms, like generically powerful cards, plus starting points for archetypes. And like that hasn't been something we've had since.
The amount of secret res that are in this set is
it's insane. Outrageous.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a different kind of reprint product, and it's reminiscent of long life card games. Like Magic does this, man. It's a great sign for the health of Digimon to see them reprint, and because we're the only people that ever talk about this on this stupid show, all of them are block 5 reprints. So if something was to ever happen, this is an established power floor. Like every single new reprinted card in AD1 gets a block 5.
Me and you are getting we're the only things about block 5. We're never getting rotation.
We're never getting rotation, but you and I are Pokemon filled.
You know what this means? It means when they do regulation battle and they don't decide to do
regulation battle, Imperial is full power minus Daiken.
Yeah.
Which is so they get a Daiken reprint. It's full power.
Did they get a Daiken?
Daiken got a reprint.
Yeah, there they are.
I think you put it in a great way where it's like this is a trader toolkit. So it's like if you want to get into the game, this is what you buy because it'll have everything that you need to like start playing the game. And then you pick one of the protagonist decks, which are like, oh, these decks always get support.
Yeah.
We didn't get to talk about the cool one of the cool cards, the X7. That card is so sick. The
top.
Oh, it's near the top.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
The Shoutmon X7.
It works in a variety of Shoutmon builds. Obviously, the predominantly good thing is EX6 at the moment. But
this card goes so hard in
EX6.
This card goes so hard in EX6.
They've made a really good. BT21 is kind of like the prequel to the support they're giving you in AD01, where like the hero gang all kind of literally represented the different protagonists. And so having these be continuations of that kind of gameplay, like the Gamamon stuff works incredibly well if you play it like you were playing Gamamon from BT21 onwards. The Crossheart stuff works. It's incredible. I got a comment from Jambo, like talking about like he was explaining to people why the unsuspend on X7 is on play. Because like you'll already be suspended when you are on play. No, brother, you forgot about Takikudo. Like the whole thing is a synergistic package with each of these decks' previous waves of support. They've just done a great job. Like even the crummy, like I'll be the first to say it, guys. Not sure, Gallantmon. I don't know if this is gonna make the deal breaker or anything. The War Growlmon is not Not
the Takato roleplay deck is a thing.
Yeah, until they make a Takato that is like cheat me a trash effect to play me back out or some shit, just so you can always biomerge. What the hell, bro? This won't work. But the point isn't that it's going to be like, they don't print this stuff so that it's like meta defining broken. Like, not every new card here is a complete blowout nightmare.
Yeah, they're fan favorite deck.
And they're just like nice BT21 again.
They're just like nice pieces of support. This is just like a facelift to give some of the protagonists like a modern adventure.
Yeah,
a piece of support. The Omni is sick.
This set is designed for your guy that doesn't play Ukomon. Like, this is for the guy that Owen's talking about.
Way to do that.
For your guy that hates Ukomon because like it kind of screws up their deck.
If you hate generics.
Yeah. This is what it's for. The Galamon player that's like, no, it's kind of cringe that he's just an OTK Red X antibody deck. I want to bio-merge with Takato. That's who this is for. The guy that wants to make Pyldramon 12 times because that's what they did in the show. What the fuck is an armor? That's what these Imperial cards are for. The Omnimon guy that doesn't remember anything between Agumon and War Greymon but loves John Digimon. That's what this Omnimon is for. Like, these are designed for your 2-2ers at locals who fucking love one season of the show and would die for 8 Digimon. That's what these cards are for. If they're good competitively, like the Shine, splendid. If not, great reprint set.
I saw a cool argument made, which is that like in BT21, all of the super rares for each corresponding archetype were the tamer cards, and that most of the Digimon themselves were rare and around. In this, it's the other way around, where like the new printed support cards or super rares are up, except for Marcus and the hybrid kids, because they are, regardless of the way that the deck plays, the core foundation of how you push damage. So like they've done a really cool little thing here where like, if you are a hybrid player, you probably get really excited about super rare tamer cards. Whereas if you're a Shine player, you get really excited about Marcus and your Shine Greymon. Like, that's the moment. So they've done a really good job with the flavor of like how they trend stuff too.
Whereas Zeeg is a piece in a machine, so he's a rare.
Exactly, right? Like,
but Zeeg has cross art tag, which is the most important.
The biggest change you could have ever given that card.
That card could be a vanilla Loki, and it saying rule treated as cross hop might make it playable. Also,
the other thing that the Zeeg does is that like your Atler being able to like not be bounced, you actually have a good thing to evolve Zeeg on top of Atler because he's a reboot blocker that also just like removes things. So EX6 has more ways to play the game that are not just like make EX6.
You can low roll and actually do something now.
Yeah,
it's cool when you get varieties in your kind of decks that are formerly like very one note linear execute the game plan moments. But variety is kind of a thing Digimon's got a lot of these days. And chat, hypothetically speaking, if you like variety, you might be excited to learn about 3 people who might have a variety of opinions. Welcome back, baby. Happy New Year. Memory Gauge the Room is here, gang. Hi, YouTube. It's your boy, Tom.
Can we, is that like an emoji combination for Memory Gauge the Room? Let me find it.
Exclamation for M4G takes.
That's not.
That's the longest emoticon you've ever seen.
Right, while you do the setup, I'm going to go on one of the chats and I'm just going to start spamming emojis until I find something.
Sounds great. And hi, guys. If you're seeing this when Andrew uploads this to YouTube later, what you could have been watching live over on twitch.tv/KnTElixar or the YouTube channel live streams. You should keep your eye open. Check the bell. You know the drill. You guys have been on YouTube before, probably. Unless you're like the dude that only goes on YouTube to watch this stuff, which like kudos to you, broski. But welcome to Memory Gauge the Room, a game show not unlike a certain Yu-Gi-Oh! Magical Hats reference. These fine gentlemen, I always get it wrong. These fine gentlemen over here are about to engage in a little game of misdirection. I have with me, because it's been so long since we did Misplay's game show for this that I didn't update the little webhook that I was using. So I have to roll dice to determine who's going to be the candidate for stuff today. But regardless, here's how this works. I'm going to give a statement today. Memory Gauge the Room is played with these statements. Like, for example, there are too many Greymons in the Digimon TCG. Each of these folks will be sent instructions. One of them, however, will not be giving you their honest opinion on the statement. And it'll be your job, the viewing audience, or perhaps commenters who want to join in, to try and work out which of these 3 players it was. So Gentlemen, you guys, I don't have to explain the rules to you. The all-time champion, Mr. Minikill, is in attendance today. So you know we had to bust it out of the closet.
Ooh.
If you cheat again, I
no
will
pressure
kill
or
you.
anything.
I have a question.
Yeah, buddy, what's up?
You mentioned somebody called Misdirection. Who is Misdirection?
Wouldn't know.
Mr. Direction
That's my drag
hates.
name.
No, Mr. Direction
I
hates to
hardly
see
know
me
her.
threaten.
Anyway, let's roll some dice. That's a good number.
So yeah, my goal here is to not orange it up.
Yeah, I would like you to play the game for all 3 rounds and do well.
Hey, I did. It's not my fault if the chat can't tell that I was clearly lying.
Is it really a lie if you're just simply not engaging with the question? More strategy tips
I
on
feel
how to
like I did.
partake in Memory Gauge the Room from your favorite host, KnTElixar. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, if you're watching this live on YouTube, hit the like button. If you're watching live on Twitch, you can be like Kai earlier and turn the overlay a different color by following, if you haven't already, subscribing for free with Twitch Prime, turns it a different color to if you pay for it. And there's gifting. There's all different kinds of things you can do to update our overlay. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. You may want to head over to Twitch so you can partake in this. That's one thing we can't do on YouTube is channel point prediction nonsense. So if you love...
You also can't do it at all in the Netherlands, which is a bummer.
Yeah. If you
Dutch
like
owners.
gambling with fake
Yeah.
currency that you can earn for free by watching the channel, you should head over to Twitch. I'll post the link in the YouTube thing, but it's, you know, KnTElixar and Twitch, like you should be able to figure it out. This is where we play. This is one of the few times. Just realized Marcio's not even here. But like, just like bonus content, you know, whilst we're talking about things that Marcio's not around for, if you're a champion tier or higher on YouTube, we want to talk about YouTube benefits. You can get bonus content from the podcast 1 month early that we record directly after the podcast. So after all that bababooey stuff happens, we actually bababoo straight into a notepad document and provide 15 to 25 minutes or an hour of the worst content you've ever seen. And people pay good money for it, and we get good reviews from the people that care.
Yeah, we've had great reviews over the years. Like, this was fun to wash my dishes to, or I turned it off when I was driving to work. So, you know, if you want to get invested on kind of stuff like that, you know, consider, you know, it's not.
Oh. Yeah, we've shot Jamie. Someone redeemed shoot Jamie, so Jamie's...
Oh, they're going to make this more complicated.
That's okay.
Jamie Minikill, I can see you on the other side. Hey, bud, let me know if you can hear what I'm saying, and I'm going to read the statement. Gentlemen, Memory Gauge the Room, been a minute, here we get it. Our first statement for Mem Gauge the Room is, given the prevalence of 3-color tamer cards, an area of design we didn't previously expect to see, do we think a 2-color Digi-Egg could be balanced? Or I suppose I wrote that wrong because I'm so out of practice. It's, I think a 2-color Digi-Egg could be balanced. So that statement is, I think a 2-color Digi-Egg could be balanced. I'm going to let these guys think about it. The instructions have already gone out. I've stopped telling them live on the show that I've sent them a Discord DM. So I'm going to give these guys a second to think about it, hopefully while Jamie comes back from prison. But chat, get involved. Get the opinions in your case, too. Do you think a 2-color boost could come through? Because, to be honest, we're going in a certain direction anyway. Alrighty. I've got my timer ready to go. Andrew, do you have the one on your end?
Yeah, I've got my timer ready to go. Who's going first?
All right. We're gonna. You know what? Let's start with Jamie today.
Ooh.
The goat is
I'll
here.
do
He's
it in order, but I guess
yeah, but I'm an
Jamie
evil
won.
man. I'm an
Yeah,
evil.
Jamie
New
won
year,
last
new
time.
me.
I'll
hate
be honest,
everything.
I wasn't even listening to the question the first time it was asked.
So the statement that Mr. Minikill will be responding to is, I think a 2-color Digi-Egg could be balanced. One more time, it's, I think a 2-color Digi-Egg could be balanced. Jamie, you ready to go, bro?
I'm ready to go. Let's
All
go.
right, your
Let's
time starts
kick it.
in 3, 2, 1, go.
So I think it could actually be quite balanced in the way because it will open up the game in quite a way that we've never thought of before. Because a lot of times, sometimes you don't have that rookie in hand, so you're always going to have to play an option. But sometimes in like dual colored decks, you don't have the right color egg that you need to play like one of your other options. That's where the dual memory boosts came into play, and that was good for the game, right? You don't bottom deck your tamer when you search on a memory boost. What can I say? But like, yeah, I think it's going to open up the game and just make it a wider range of more accessibility and more playability from the early game. I have 10 seconds left. That's all I have to say.
I yield my time, looking ass. Thank you, everybody, for watching along. That was Mr. Minikill responding to the statement, I think a 2-color Digi-Egg could be balanced. Marcio, you ready to go next, dude?
Yeah.
Maybe they should just combine the colors and make it an orange egg.
Yeah, shine. All of Koromons are orange, bro. Marcio, your statement, a 2-color Digi-Egg could be balanced. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think a 2-color egg could be balanced as long as the archetypes that goes into are like thoughtful. The idea that like having 2 colors would give you access to things you don't normally have is not necessarily true, because the only time something like that would have been relevant would have been like BT8. By now, anytime a archetype like wants to use some kind of supports, like very intentional, like by Bandai. So in a way, like colors don't matter as much. And even the dual color memory boosts give you a condition, or not boost, but the dual color trainings give you a condition that as long as you don't have one out, you can play ignoring the second color. So I think what the egg would do for the game would be to open up new sort of like strategies, like combining like Tamas into like the same time. Like for Omnimon, you could have like a Koromon, like it would be like a Koro plus Tsunemon egg, which would then create this like Omnimon deck where you could bounce between the forms. That would open up the possibility.
That's your time. That was Marcio responding to the statement, a 2-color Digi-Egg could be balanced. Misplay works in 3s though, and Mr. Elixir is ready to roll. Andrew, you all set?
Yeah, I'm gonna press the right button this time.
All right, Andrew, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I am also kind of the opinion that the 2-color eggs could work quite well. Now that we've started to see a lot more things that disregard color requirements, the thing that would have been quote unquote broken before of enabling 2 colors from RIP, I think is less of a factor now. One of the things I think it would be used is it would be very targeted, not maybe necessarily as much as like having double Digi-Egg, but to patch up some decks that are sorely missing tamers. So like obviously, you know, Millennium just got a tamer and stuff because they're lucky enough to be in Liberator, but think about something like Etamon that has had some okay rookies, or even the Pawn Chessmons that have had some okay rookies that are held back by a 1-cost Evo thing. I think having a dedicated egg that patches old cards by maybe reducing Evo costs for specific name things could allow a lot more decks to have variety. I think we're kind of on the way there with some of these targeted eggs being quite good, like the Lucamon one. If that was a 2-color egg that did like yellow-purple, I think that would be a great example of like where we could go.
That's Andrew's time on the statement, a 2-color Digi-Egg could be balanced. But chat, now it's your time. Your time has come. I'm ready for you to have to engage with the game show. You can get involved over at twitch.tv/KnTElixar, and you can put some predictions that will presumably be going live in the chat in a second. And you can make an estimation here as to which one of these contestants that you're seeing here was not telling their honest opinion to you. Somebody was lying, y'all. They weren't being 100. They were not keeping it 6-7 super 100 emoji. They were not. In fact, on God, dude, they were lying.
Yeah, someone was.
So get involved.
Look inwardly, Charlie Kirkenly.
Look genuinely, somebody was fibbing.
Don't know who it could be.
But Orange Mog, the ASU frat leader.
But if you don't think if you think you know which one of these guys was jester maxing, you can go ahead and let us know in the chat by sticking to the predictions.
We just lost like half of our viewership.
She put it in because I just said jester maxing in a recorded form of media.
Yeah, this one's a fun one because people will touch on the question. It was answered.
You're not one of them.
Yeah, dude,
I started off with the question. And then
then you didn't stick with the question.
Yeah, no, I explained why I thought that it would work and how they would make it.
It's crazy. You've played this so much.
Mm-hmm.
You've played this so much.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes think you can see the dice that I roll, or like sometimes I think you like might have put like a Trojan horse on my computer so that you knew what the web app was gonna pick. Like,
I'm just saying,
it's excellent because we always do this as well. It's like Andrew dodged the question. Are we going to ignore the fact that Jamie spent 45 seconds of his 1-minute timer talking about jewel cards and then went, yeah, so 2-color eggs might work?
I mean, there's no way.
People be like, man.
Truly, I actually, after finishing listening to you guys, had to check the thing that I said
it's awesome.
to make sure.
Because,
hey, listen, right. I explained the question. I inferred what Tom had said, and I
You don't
spat out an
you don't
answer.
need to
Inference
explain the
took place.
question.
Inference took place.
Yeah, whether I processed in my own brain or not.
All right, well, we get to
Are the
predict the
votings-
answer in a second.
Oh boy,
you set up
Andrew,
the
are the
votes?
results here?
The things are the results, and you know, maybe, you know, Harry's always flaming during all of these misplay ones, but maybe he's actually just doing the thing that we see a lot of people do, which is misdirection in order to get the field to bet on different people so he can monetarily sweep.
You actually can't trust each other in chat room. So remember to take this really seriously.
Okay, so what I can tell you is, you couldn't vote. Damn, that's unfortunate. We took away your ability to do so. And 0% of the people put money down on thinking that I was capping. Me, the host, would lie to you. Speaking of hosts that would lie to you, 20% of the vote think that Marcio is so wrong for lying to the audience like that.
Who's my op? I know that it's like one person that just votes for me.
Yeah, they got 1 to 5 odds, by the way, on if it was you, if you were straight up lying to them. But by mathematical process, you can tell that 80% of the vote is currently invested on Jamie's answer that was definitely a what the helly, bro.
Mr. Kill, do you have anything you'd like to say to the room here of these terrible, egregious allegations of your character?
Yeah, it just wouldn't work. Like, what?
So you were lying.
So Jamie, were you a liar, bro?
Of course I was lying. It just wouldn't work, man.
I'm just saying, he was orange
So he
maxing.
lost. Wait. So he lost. His undefeated streak is
Yeah,
over.
they got him straight away.
Hey!
No, I'm never coming back.
Yeah, all I'm saying is he was. That's the thing. We reminded.
Shut up! Put the camera on Marcio.
What were you doing? I was resolving the
You missed
prediction.
Any knowers in chat? Andrew missed it.
Dude, Jamie was orange maxing. He was orange maxing again. He did not. He strictly did not answer the question for a full 45 seconds.
One of these days, we're gonna get a.
Shoot, Jamie.
Yeah, you're right.
One of these days, we're gonna get a referee, because I don't think I can referee because I know who the liar is. But I think we need to get an impartial referee on there, because Andrew, you didn't answer the question.
I started.
I gotta be. I looked. I know you looked. I looked at the timer, man. You managed 22 and a half good seconds of talking about decks that had, like, when you were like, Edamon, bro, yellow and black, kind of weird. Maybe it needs it. And then you were like, but actually the implications further, and you were like you were talking about like design space that doesn't exist. And I'm like,
I was trying to figure out whether it would work. So I was trying to give examples of it working.
I think it's because you instead of talking about the colors, you talked about effects to fix decks and not like.
Well, I was trying to figure out,
colors.
like, well, I mean, the cards can't exist in a vacuum. Like, that's the thing. It's like if
I didn't ask you if they could print words on them to make them good enough. I said, if it's blue and green, is it good?
Yeah, but I would have thought that what I was also explaining with the so many cards dodge color requirements. The thing that most people would think of, oh, it would be broken because of the color requirement thing, doesn't matter anymore. So it was an explanation for like what the layer 1 was and why I think it's still good.
The dog that's playing chess, you were playing 2 good chess, so you were like, you're playing like chess 2 instead of playing chess 1. Jamie was playing checkers, because if you think that an egg would like differ, like with a dual color egg will matter, this is why I know that like Jamie hates anything new, because a dual color egg would not matter like at all. It would not.
It would.
Give me an example as why you'd think that like
literally right.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Don't put them on. I need you to hear. Imagine Hudimon, right? Where all the tamers get
like the HUD in Halo,
right? Okay, but all the tamers get hit to 1. You barely find any of them, so your Infinity Stones are useless. Imagine if you had an egg that is 2 colors, so 2 of the Infinity Stones are alive no matter what at any point.
If half the civilization dies, our banana's too strong a resource. What the fuck are you talking about?
Could we start an economy on bottle caps?
I need you to understand that the reason why the Infinity Stones are strong in Hoodie is not because of the tamers. It's because of like the Digimon.
But whatever.
Like
anyway,
if you're playing Blinding Ray, it's not because you have Chitose out. It's because you have Hoodie out. And if you're playing Graph Crush, it's because you have play Graph Crush and there's no Red Tamer in Hoodie.
Yeah, but
What if they had a red TSA? See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like when I'm at least trying to explain my reasoning for why I think something is, even if I'm not explicitly saying like the exact answer. Jamie is just never answering the question.
I did though. I love you that time.
I'm playing flawless misplay. I'm playing a great game of Memory Gauge the Room.
I answered it better than you this time.
I did, you know.
No, you can't steal my mic. You're gonna sit there and listen, and maybe next week, if we decide to do a pod with you, maybe
I'd get DHM on as the referee for one of these.
You know,
need an audio filter on him.
Okay, actually, you know what? Because this is a special episode, because we have Jamie, and I love flaming Jamie. Harry, come on up. Come on up to the price.
Welcome to the show, DHM from the internet.
This is a 2-on-1. This isn't fair.
Yeah, I'm about to JJK you. Woogie.
See you later, chat.
Open the door.
See you later, chat.
Bro, this fucking show is so ass. Okay, so it's always the same shit. Andrew is answering a different question moving on. I'll do this shit in a minute. Jamie always fucking lies, but says nothing over the course of a minute, so you can't do anything, because what the fuck is an orange? I can't vote, so I can't dogpile Jamie from the points. My brother is sat there cackling with his fucking button ready to make a clip out of the episode. I don't have headphones on, so I can't hear any of you. This shit sucks. Marcio gets away with fucking murder because he doesn't have to compete.
Because he doesn't have to compete is the meanest thing that is. Listen, we have had a lot of hate comments.
I can't hear you right now, brother.
He can't hear you.
That's right, Marcio, you can hear me. The three of us have had a lot of mean things said about us over the years of doing this show. And Marcio doesn't have to compete is the meanest thing anyone has ever said about me and Andrew on this show. That was a cameo from DHM. Shout out to him. Check him out on Twitter.
Has famously done quite well on this show.
Yeah, he does all right, actually.
Because he answers the question.
Speaking of doing all right and answering questions, gentlemen, your instructions have gone up. Please check your Discord direct messages. And for our good friends in the chat room, who I'm sure the problem is that Andrew doesn't edit these when they go to. Sometimes he puts it. Actually, you know what? For MemGauge, you occasionally do.
I edit all of our game shows.
He opens up DaVinci and he clips the part of the show where we play MemGauge.
No, there's animations for all of these.
Yeah, he'll put in zoom ins and stuff too.
W editor.
Yeah. Hey gentlemen, our second statement today comes from beloved friend of the show and my good buddy TommyNT on the Sticks. It's a submitted statement from channel members. Just as a reminder, you can be a channel member by checking out youtube.com/KnTElixar. It's right
like
there.
The stream.
It all out. There's a members chat. We go in there.
Like the stream.
The statement today from TommyNT is, it's a fucking screamer, so give me that me cam.
Alrighty.
TommyNT's statement from Memory Gauge the Room is as follows. Coin toss and dice roll effects would make the game more fun. One more time, that's coin toss and dice roll effects would make the game more fun. I'll give these guys a second to think about this one. Because this is all this TommyNT's showing up with the bubonic plague for Memory Gauge the Room here, like a sort of like ecological disaster, like introducing smallpox to unprepared populations. TommyNT is adding funny, quirky card game mechanic to sweaty try-hard podcast with angry men. So I'll get the audience. You guys know the drill, though. What you need to do is
Can I start?
To show up. Yeah, Marcio, you can start, man.
I'll go to second. One more time.
Yeah.
Please.
The statement one more time from TommyNT on the Sticks. Thank you, TommyNT. Is coin toss and dice roll effects would make the game more fun. That's how he wrote it, by the way.
Was there like a smiley face attached to that at all or anything?
No, he sent me a message. I got a DM that said, yo. And then another message, and it was the worst thing I've ever read. But it's a good thing you guys aren't reading my opinion anyway. Gentlemen, we're going to let Marcio start this one up. Andrew's the timer ready?
It's ready.
Can I get an extra 10 seconds? Because I need to provide context to this.
No, you can't. 60 seconds, fine. And you better turn into, like, what's his name? Buster Rhymes.
Yo, lock in, bro.
All right, Marcio is responding to the statement, coin toss and dice roll effects would make the game more fun. Marcio, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
This is the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh brain itching in Trix's mind because he's flirting with getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh, and he hasn't played Pokemon, okay? And let me tell you something. Dice effects or like card effects are not fun. Imagine you have like an effect that's like delete an opponent's Digimon. if you and then roll do head or tails. If tails, yes. If heads, no. And imagine, oh my bad, I just didn't get to remove my opponent's Digimon because I failed on the coin toss. Or like imagine that your search is like roll a dice and then excavate the top X equal to your dice roll and then like pick up a thing, right? So can you imagine, oh, I rolled a 1, I only got to flip 1, so my rookie searched 1 versus like you're playing against an opponent and like it would be like, oh, they roll a 6 and the card says like top X, right? Pick up any blue card. And so the opponent just adds Hammer Spark because of a dice roll effect. You'd get like extra sacked. The game would be unplayable. The game would die.
That was Marcio's perfectly executed time for the statement. Card toss and dice roll effect would make the game more fun. Thanks to channel member TommyNT. Andrew, let's have you go next. Andrew, you'll be responding to the statement. Coin toss and dice roll effects would make the game more fun. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
So, I never have the game's best interests at heart. As a commentator, as a content creator. But even I'm like, this would fucking suck. Having coin toss would not be fun because the effect would hit or miss. But even if you did it so we already have a lot of if this, if not, do Y. Even if you tied that to a coin toss, taking away the agency of a player from making a proactive decision is a horrendous idea. Because at least with like an effect that's like if this, do Y, you get you know the board state. If you have to then gamble that's terrible. I play Beelzemon. I love high rolling the shit out of people off of just what is effectively sometimes a dice roll with every card flip. If you tied that to a dice roll, you'd hear the most loud, egregious desk slams from something going wrong. We cannot have it in the game, and even I, as a commentator that loves misery, don't want this.
Andrew, that's your time. Andrew, of course, was responding to the statement, coin toss and dice roll effects would make the game more fun. But Misplay goes in 3s. And by my math, we've got one guy left. Mr. Minikill, are you ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Jamie, you're going to respond to the statement, coin toss and dice roll effects would make the game more fun. And your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
So listen to me. We already have dice rolls to decide who goes first during the match. Why am I already gambling away if I go first or second? I'm not good at this. Why am I gambling away if I go first or second? I might as well just use this game as a precursor to see how well I do at the casino a little bit further down the road after the game's end. I might as well put it all on 17 black and let it ride because, it would be fun. It would be real fun. I just want to make as much money as possible, and going to the casino and the genting down the road because I can go to Nando's afterwards as well is real nice. But realistically, flipping a coin is fun. Heads or tails. Tails does never fail, so just always bet it on tails and win the game.
Thank you, Mr. Minikill. That was Jamie promptly, briefly, and efficiently responding to the statement. Coin toss and dice roll effects would make the game more fun. And that was from channel member TommyNT. You could provide those if you were a channel member as well.
He was just
now, chat room, the predictions have started. And if I've ever told you anything helpful on this show, it's let it ride.
It was so funny. He just turned into a soundboard. He was just like LeBron James, 6'7", LeBron James. Is this good or bad for the game? LeBron James. Hey, yo, but that backflip though.
Hey, listen, Rory. The house always wins.
The house does always win.
House?
I'm the house.
Tails never fail. Come on.
Chat, get in the.
Yo, Harry, have you tried opening it on like mobile or something? Have you tried betting from your Samsung Smart TV, your Samsung Smart Fridge? Also, this game is monocoin terrorism. It's as long as you can vote during another Misplay Classic where you can submit your clips via !M4G clips. Lethal or Living is coming back very soon.
You guys finish each other's sandwiches as well? God damn.
No, I'm a vegetarian.
I like some good good veggie sandwiches.
What?
What do you mean you're a vegetarian? Like egg and cress, bro.
I'm a plant player now.
Tuna mayo.
But I don't play plants, I just photosynthesize.
You can make green pasta. That shit goes crazy.
I had some tortellini earlier today. Pretty bumping, actually. That's the co-op's like value meal tortellini bag. Pretty tight. Comes in like recyclable packaging. It's kind of tight.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
you're
Also,
so
if you are new to
29 hit me like a bus.
if you're new
Dude,
to
you
the
gotta
channel on
kill
Twitch,
yourself
you can
for
follow
30.
in order to get mono coins for free. You can just do that.
You gotta kill yourself. It's crazy. Jay, are the stupid predictions done? Has the chat mad at each other yet?
We still got.
Jay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know if Harry found a device that allows him to dump his points because there's currently 10k on mod shoot Jamie.
I am
Who? Sorry.
There's 10k on Jamie is lying.
10k.
Like I'm not even gonna do the preamble. I'm just straight up just gonna tell you, Kai dumped 10k in the game where sometimes everybody loses. Not even Lethal Living, where at least guaranteed points will go back into the ecosystem. This game, sometimes your coins just fall down the drain.
I'm here to counteract inflation. Just like in old school RuneScape, because I'm an old man, they added a 2% tax on the Grand Exchange. That's what this is for the podcast. Is I come in and I eat the coins so that nobody can use them anymore.
Yeah. So I want to tell you that the current equivalent of eating the coins would be if Marcio is lying, nobody wins. Just straight up, every single mono coin down the drain, right here, right now. Because 3% thought that maybe I was capping. Would the liar like to make themselves known?
Bro, I hate gambling. I hate gambling. I hate gambling. Why are we gambling? Stop gambling.
The thing is, right, this wasn't even like a difficult one to sell. Like, I think like you.
It's cool when all kinds of players have a chance to win a game.
Right? Like imagine.
Trust me, I could have found an easy way to lie about this one. I spent most of my time trying to actually.
Dice, bro.
I actually was trying to figure out how I'm gonna tell the truth in a way that isn't incredibly non-obtuse.
It's so frustrating in Pokemon when, you know, I'm smacking with double kick and only 0 of the kicks hit.
More like trouble kick.
Dude, can you imagine if Yellow had to roll a dice and sometimes they don't get to pick up their security? Imagine Patamon pushed out a raising and it was a gamble and then you had to roll the dice to be able to Evo for free.
Imagine
Patamon, flip a coin, check security no matter what. Evo if it's heads, just trash it if it's head tails.
You mentioned like flip a coin, reveal the top 3. If heads from the flip a coin. If heads reveal the top 3, if tails reveal the bottom 3. When are we gonna get a deck that
cool?
That would be a deep
exactly.
Card, bro.
That's how you lie.
I'm not big enough brain to think of that.
See, I spend too much of my time thinking around the question. Jamie is just not perceiving the question. We are two opposite ends of the
17 black.
LeBron James.
Your instructions are going out, gentlemen.
All right, yeah. I'm also gonna give.
It'd be really predictable if I'm the liar next.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the people back their channel points. Congratulations for correctly guessing that orange guy maybe when he's not got a signal flare is the least obtuse liar of all time.
This is Tom making sure that Jamie doesn't walk out of here undefeated. Guys, I'm running my boys.
Jamie, I should have updated the script. I know a tiny bit of Python, and it is my fault for not making sure I knew how to slow work.
Forwarded me the script for next time, though, please? Because
Jamie needs an extra business day to figure out his lie.
You know, like the TikToks that's like, do you have a mug? And it's like, yeah, can you tap your mug? And then so Tom was just like, Jamie, are you telling the truth? And then Jamie's just like, oh
no.
This is to make sure that Jamie never goes undefeated on Memgage.
Bro, I'm never invited on the show.
It's for the integrity of his show. It's for his integrity.
Jamie on Memgage is like our Coco Melon segment. Hey,
I know I'm one to donate to charity, but come on now.
Dude, Zenimon Zoom In is for like the boomers that love seeing graph go up and stats, and then like Misplay, like Lethal or Living is for the guys that go on live stream fails and watch live stream fails guys like run a red light and crash their car. And then this show is just that nice little sweet spot. But if you like watching the worst people you've ever seen on Jeremy Kyle and Dr. Phil, that's what this show devolves into.
Memgage is the Jeremy Kyle of Digimon podcast.
I'm so upset that you said that, but I think you're right.
You are not the liar. fucking doesn't.
Tom just goes, do you think dice rolls will be good for the community? What do you think about that? And it's just people going, ah! Ah! And the audience is like, yeah.
Comment in the chat from DHM. Memgauge is targeted harassment. No, not true. Memgauge actually is broadcast at a frequency that if you are too vulnerable to rage bait, it sets you off like rabies. it's like the noises they play for the clickers in a silent place.
Dude,
anyway, hey, speaking of a silent place, it's time for my co-host and guest here to shut up while I read the third statement. Tonight's third statement for memory, because there are parentheses there. Memory, gauge the room, is that there is too much pack filler in Digimon TCG sets. There is too much pack filler in Digimon TCG sets. Give these guys a chance to think about it. They've had their roles designated already. Just check your Discord DMs. This one takes a second. But I'm going to vamp for you guys so these guys have a chance to think. Obviously, we're talking about the full scope of the history of Digimon here. There's lots of things to talk about. Some sets are bigger than others, combined sets, smaller exclusive RB and the LM and AD now and all that stuff. So there's things to think about. But chat, I want you to try and like gauge where you're at. Because a lot of people have complained a lot about like pull rates and stuff over the years in Digimon, and we're adding new rarities and shit now, so that's gonna go all over the place. But think about this pretty heavily. Like think of all the interpreted. A lot of these guys have played this game for more than almost 5 years actually. So you got to consider maybe they've had their skin in the game. Andrew, we're gonna start at the top this time. This will be the statement you're responding to. There is too much pack filler in the Digimon TCG. And your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I do not think there is too much pack filler in the game. I think the game has gotten a lot better with its releases in terms of like, you know, we've cut 2-drop rookies and things like that to really focus on every card having a place. Sometimes that place isn't very good. And yes, there are cards that are not competitively successful. But I don't think there's too much pack filler in the game. I think a lot of the new sets do a really good job of covering everything from what its identity is supposed to be. So everyone's favorite Scrimblow gets a turn. And I think one of the cool things as well about like the lower quality cards rather than being just straight up pack filler is that they sometimes set up for a chance for a card to do well in future. I think it's really cool if a card starts off as something underpowered and then becomes useful later. And I think the game has gone a lot better making sure that even the lower quality cards still do something or have a very clear purpose. So I think fewer cards in the game could be considered pack filler or there being an overstatement of them right now.
Andrew, that is your time. That was Andrew responding to the statement, there is too much pack filler in the Digimon TCG. Marcio, we're going to have you go next because we're going to go back to the tall stack here. So Marcio, you're going to respond to the statement, there is too much pack filler in the Digimon trading card game. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1.
I think there is too much pack filler in the Digimon card game because if you play a specific like color, there's never a reason for you to like buy into a set and like try to like pull for what you want because the chances are you're not gonna get it and you're gonna pull a bunch of stuff that you just don't care about and are often like not even good trade bait. I think if Digimon had a system like Vanguard in a way where you'd have like more like focused like product, then they could somewhat reduce like the pack filler, but this only applies from like say for example like my perspective where if it's for a deck that I do not care about, I consider it pack filler. So in my opinion, I do think there is too much pack filler because I don't play every deck. So for me, getting a box is just a bunch of bulk.
That was Marcio responding to the statement. There is too much pack filler in the Digimon trading card game. Misplay goes in 3s.
Oh, sorry. I had 7 seconds left. I also don't play pre-release, which is the only place where you
can't go PS at the end of Mem Game.
I had 7 seconds.
Get out of here. You like gave it. That was a donation. Jamie, you're up. Your statement is there is too much pack filler in the Digimon trading card game. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think there is way too much pack filler these days because, like, yes, every Digimon could be somebody's favorite Digimon, right? But at the same time, why are we just getting a lot of cards that don't work with other cards? Like all of the Appmon stuff has been basically filler because of them just not working with all of the other apps. Sure, it works for the one deck that it's built for, But then why is that taking up like a quarter of the set anyway? BT24 was quite notorious for it because you had all of the TS stuff, but it wasn't a TS like box in a sense. It was a TS plus Appmon because of the Hades stuff. And then you had all of the other little weird crap that's sprinkled in as well anyway. But yeah. Yeah.
That was Mr. Minikill responding to the statement. There is too much pack filler in the Digimon trading card game. Chat, there's too much time on the timer in an episode of Memory Gauge the Room. And so I need to pass it back to you while Andrew starts our predictions, because one of these three guys was not keeping it 100 Capuchungus.
I think Andrew has the correct take, and I really hope. No. I'm saying I really hope that Jamie is lying.
I love when.
What do you mean you don't have the correct take?
No, I really like when.
I have the terrorist take. Andrew has the correct take.
I really like when not everyone agrees on the statement. Like, obviously, it's yes or no. So whenever it's a 2-1 split, it's always really interesting because it's either everyone actually agrees or disagrees with the statement and someone is being held at gunpoint by the game. And sometimes we just disagree on the point, which means it's then if the person disagreeing isn't lying, that means someone is just like yeah, they were spitting, never cook again.
Okay, what I mean, right, is like saying, like, have you opened a Yu-Gi-Oh booster box? That like
not in 2026.
A Yu-Gi-Oh box has pack filler. Digimon has no pack filler. In the last, like, ever since they stopped printing like vanillas, every card that gets printed sees play, whether you like it or not. Like,
to buy you Catmon is another barrier.
Like 90-something%, like 95% plus of the set will see play. I'm a terrorist, and how Vanguard used to do product, which was like, in this booster box, these 3 decks or these 3 clans are getting support. It's so good if you're like on a budget because you can just buy into the set, not do anything. Or you play
a pro tag deck, bro. If you played a pro tag deck, you were always getting support. If you were like, Dark Irregulars, has anyone seen Tetsu? Apparently he still has a job somewhere at the university. He hasn't played the game in 9 months.
If you played something unpopular, it was sick. I found
my Dead Heat Bull Spike playmat recently when I was going through my storage unit.
Amazing.
That guy got 1 card and never again because spikes are not beloved enough. And that's Vanguard doesn't print them if they're not beloved enough.
But that's the thing. If you're a Spikes player, you know.
That's the guy. Yeah, you got to buy your Spikes box.
You're going to get product 3 times a year and you're done. It's perfect. You don't have to worry about like, oh, I got to pull money every month to get, or every 2 months. No. You are an unchosen one. Your paycheck comes out for this game every 6 months and you're chilling. Digimon is like, oh no, every set I gotta buy this into the set because I randomly like this deck.
I remember saying I was going to dodge EX9, forgetting that a Battlemon was in it. And then I was in.
Hey Andrew, speaking of being in, are the results in?
The results are indeed in. I want to let you know
at this shit.
The predictions have this time gone a little bit different. Now, someone will be walking away with points because every single person
way to go, gamers.
Has something to say about our host. Right now, the lowest number of investment has just one singular person thinking that yours truly is responsible for lying to the audience. And me, the guy that dissented from the opinion that was stated, is doing so through grit teeth. 15% of the vote think that man like Minikill is on for a 3p lying hat trick. And, you know, for some people, that's three times getting caught. And then a hell of a lot of people are back on that Marcio hate wave, and they think that this guy is fucking capping.
What's the percent that people think that I'm lying?
79% of the vote. 2,000 monocoins.
7-9.
See, people think that they know me, but no, like, I genuinely have like terrorist takes. I do not want to buy into a fucking like booster box every like 2 months. That shit's ass. Vanguard's peak because
Marcio, were you the liar, by the way?
No, this is my truth. Like, why would you? I'm the best player on this fucking. The easy route would be to agree with Andrew and go, yeah, actually, there haven't really been any like unplayable cards in the last like X amount of sets. You know, every card that gets released does see play. That's the easy take. No. The correct take is I'm not trying to buy shit. The less I have to buy, the better. Why do you think I played Galacti for like 6 months? Why do you think that is? I don't have to buy stuff. Guys, I'm broke. Buying Zeph is disgusting.
Marcio, if you weren't the liar, somebody got away.
Jamie, I was like, you know what, Jamie? I'm going to throw you a bone. I'm going to use my terrorist take that I truly believe in, by the way. I'm going to make this so easy for Jamie. He just has to say something like normal, and it'll be so easy. And at least Jamie won't go like 0-3. So you're welcome.
Listen, I appreciate it. That was a tough one because I do think that there is still some filler, but there's definitely not as much as there used to be.
Yeah,
there is no filler.
The card quality has objectively gone up. It's
saying that Atmon is filler is incorrect because Atmon is not filler.
Some of it is.
It does dilute a set.
Huh?
It does dilute a set.
Okay, but then you're agreeing with me, which is if I don't care about that set, then I treat it like filler.
Yeah.
But that's not filler. That's
also not. Yeah, it's not objectively filler, right?
Like pack filler would be like a vanilla. Sorry, even vanillas were not filler at a certain point because I actually saw play. Like
that's what I'm saying is like the flipping. We had one not too long ago. The goddamn Digitamamon.
Wait, as in the EX9 one? That one has a top.
Digitamamon?
No, the all right, it was a while.
This is where you're making my take look better, Jamie. Keep finding the card.
BT11, yeah.
Damn, we just had a Jamie pull that up.
You're telling me you're treating BT11 like a book? Well, yes,
BT11.
No, but that's what I mean. Is like I can't pinpoint it, but like at a certain point, they were just like, yeah, we're gonna stop printing vanillas and start giving a lot of cards like useful stuff.
All right, gang.
Just like,
we have one more. We have one more tonight. We're getting through some of the ones that people had been sending in, and I am trying to clear some slate. So we have one more, gang. Our final statement tonight is a bit of a mind bender. So chat at home, start really trying to get your heads around it. I'm out of focus again, bro. I got a card up here. Ugh, so annoying.
We got it. You play Riftbound.
There we go. I play Riftbound. Ezreal's good. Our final statement here tonight is retrains, such as the BT21 promos that were created based on fan favorite votes that had similar effects to previously designed cards with art done by similar artists or the same artist. Retrains of existing powerful cards intending to bring them in line with the game would be a net positive inclusion for deck building. One more time, retrains, like the ones I said, of existing powerful cards intending to bring them in line into the game would be a net positive for deck building.
Can you quickly give me the pool of cards that this is talking about so I can visualize it?
Normally, I would not, and I know people will comment on this because normally I read the statement to Marcio again when he asks for a clarifying question, but because this one has that parenthetical, we will explain. The promos in particular were
Gaio,
promo Gallant, promo Maste, promo Emperor Greymon, promo Doragora. They were from the Illustration Celebration pack in BT21. It was promo War Greymon, promo Gaiamon, promo Dorogoramon, promo Emperor Greymon, promo Gallantmon, and promo Mastin.
And that's what I thought it was.
Trains.
Okay.
For this content.
Yeah,
so that's the only thing I can clarify for the statement.
It was a genuine one that was probably worth checking.
Yeah. You know, that's because of the particular because they're not called retrains.
Yeah.
We can't. Yes. But so one more time, retrains like those we mentioned of existing powerful cards intending to bring them into the line with the game would be a net positive inclusion for deck building. I'm going to roll the dice. Get those messages sent out. God damn.
Yeah, and I can, bring them up. Yeah.
Your instructions have gone out, gang.
Oh, that's
we're talking about those 6.
Wherever you've just put them.
Discord DMs, just like the other ones.
Oh no, I zoomed in a bit more. Sorry.
It's like 82, P82. So there you go. Yeah.
Are we counting the Gallantmon is a completely different one, right?
No,
Technically,
the Gallantmon is part of the promo.
Yeah, he was one of the retrain.
He's classed as a retrain?
For the context of this
Retrains.
question, yes.
Retrains,
That's
like
close.
the BT21 promos from the
Sure.
voted fan favorite cards with similar or identical artists with similar
Sure.
effects.
Sure.
I'll give the chat a minute to vamp while you guys get a chance to think about your opinion here. Obviously, there are layers to this because retrains themselves, when you think of other card games, you think about like card of clearly the same guy with new name, intent to bring them in line with like modern format, or like functionally a reprint to bring something in. Like Magic is infamous for this, for like cards coming back into modern, like God knows how many Jaces there have been over the years. I would not even be willing to guess a number because I know how many Jaces there have been over the years.
Flesh and Blood is a great example of retrains.
Tim, you're supposed to be thinking and not breaking
sorry.
the clock
Yeah,
here.
you should save your thoughts on retrains. When it's your turn, big boy.
But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh does this too. You know, God knows how many Crystal Beasts I belovedly have picked up again just to make sure that I knew that I'd have the new retrained Crystal Beasts. This is the sort of practice we see in a lot of card games, and these cards are the closest I think we've seen of this in Digimon. So we'll let the guys think about this one. But chat, let me know, obviously, like if you think about them as retrains, because these guys are gonna have to get into the nitty-gritty here. Given that this is our last prompt tonight, and Jamie, you've been such a good sport, would you like to go first?
Sure, why not? Let's run it down.
We've had all of you go first at least once this way. All right, Jamie will be responding to the statement. Retrains, like the BT21 promos of voted fan favorite cards, of existing powerful cards, intending to bring them in line with the game, would be a net positive inclusion for deck building. Jamie, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think it would be a really good thing for deck building, because not only does it allow Bandai to try a potential different route for the deck, it allows them to expand on the stuff that already exists. And like you said, it was fan favorites, so these have been voted for by like the community. So it's nice to see like a deck that, like Mass Daemon, for example, it really struggled, but then it came back into its own with the promo because it allowed for Bandai to go a slightly different route with how Mass Daemon's core works. Like it's still functioned as Mass Daemon, right? But being able just tweaking it ever so slightly, giving it a protection or whatever, and just bring it in line with the meta is really nice. Gora didn't change too much, if I remember correctly, but it was nice to have a little bit of a power boost. And I think it's just nice to see those fan decks get what they want.
Thank you, Jamie. That was Jamie responding to the statement. Retrains, like the BT21 promos of fan favorite cards, of existing powerful cards, intending to bring them in line to the game, would be a net positive inclusion for deck building. We'll do Marcio next. We'll go from the bottom. Marcio, you're going to be responding to that statement again. I'm not going to read it again. Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, and go.
I think these kinds of cards are not a net positive for the game, simply because by simply just like upkeeping an existing like design on the card and just making it do more things, not one, it's bad for game design because you're just shoehorning these cards into like this function. So for example, like with Mass Daemon, we will never not get a Mass Daemon that doesn't play something out, and it stops Mass Daemon from being interesting. But also it means that you don't have like you have to constantly power creep them, so each Mass Daemon will subsequently do more. But also it means that you can't explore different design spaces with Mass Daemon. And in my opinion, this isn't a good like a good thing for the game, because something like Dragon Ball took it a different route where they let the same guy do different things. Like you have like a yellow Frieza, a green Frieza, a red Frieza. And so like even if you like playing that character, you have different flavors of what you can do. Like imagine green Gallantmon.
And with that crazy hypothetical that we'll never see exist, that was Marcy responding to the statement. Retrains, like the BT21 promos of the voted fan fave cards, of existing powerful cards, intending to bring them in line to the game, would be a net positive inclusion for deck building. Last but not least, for our final response of the night is Andrew. Andrew, you ready to go?
Yep.
All right, your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think retrains that are targeted like this are really, really good for the game, because sometimes what it feels like is some decks are just missing a little bit that just ties it all together. Like maybe the engine's good, but they're just missing a payoff. And I think a retrain, in order to bring a deck's boss monster up to speed or target rookie up to speed, is a really good way of making sure that you don't have to commit an entire wave of support to them. And also kind of harkens back to the like the pack filler thing. Like, you don't have to print 5 new Mass Day cards, because we keep using it as the example. You can just print 1 that massively brings up the payoff of what you were already trying to do. And unless it's something where it's a retrain that is preemptive to set up for like reworking an entire way a deck plays, if the deck has a different flavor that's kind of underexplored, doing a retrain like this that brings it up to modern standard means that you can try exploring other ideas for decks before committing entire waves of support with them and testing to see how players actually use them in deck building.
That was Andrew responding to the statement. It's a long one. A retrains, like the BT21 promos of voted fan fave cards of existing powerful cards, intending to bring them in line to the game, would be a net positive inclusion for deck building. Chat, kind of a heady one. Need to see what you think, though. Andrew, we'll go ahead and start the prediction here in a second, but I want to know which one of you guys, or which one of these folks you guys think was lying. There's a lot to talk about. Retrains like these guys all touched on. I don't want to give anyone's opinion away here, so I'll do my vamping while the vote goes down. But there's a lot to be said. Card games, 40, Magic will be 40 in a couple years. Or sorry, Magic turned 40, excuse me. So like the scope by which that we've had like attempts to rebring identifiable characters in is a thing that has changed over the years. Digimon's very much a character-based card game. Like since they started doing archetype good stuff, you've wanted to play Greymon the deck, or Gallantmon the deck, or Mastemon the deck. So having more cards like that, it sort of felt like an inevitability from my perspective. But obviously there's like layers to like how they choose to do stuff. Is it actually viable for the long-term health of the game? The question specifically is about deck building too, which these guys touched on to varying degrees.
This one was so funny as well, because Jamie went first and he picked Mass Day and we all just tripled down on Mass Day. If Marcy had gone first and Greymon, the most color spread Digimon of all time, to then talk about retrains, we would have had just an absolute, if we all just tripled down, it would have been a clown fiesta. But because we're all like, so about this Mastermon.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about with these.
I think it comes to a point as well, right? There's only so many Digimon, and unless they keep making them, which, Beat Breaker's added
Brother,
more.
some of these Digimon are not in the game, I'll tell you that much.
Well,
we got a lot of Digimon that aren't in this game.
I can imagine that, but like, again, there is only so many Digimon that are worth putting into a card.
I think like the whole like retrain thing, I think the way to think about it is like when you play the Digimon card game and you choose a deck that you're going to be like, this is my main, right? Like it's because of what that deck does mechanically. And so anything that that deck does that's different is like antithetical to like why you fell in love with the deck in the first place. And like, that's why a lot of people go, oh, my deck does this now, I don't want to do that. That's because like,
Alphamon.
Right? It's like the moment that your deck stops doing something different, that's when people stop enjoying it to an extent, or like don't like that you have to do this new thing. And I think it's extra bad for like exactly like Black, because like Black just kind of became like taunt slop for a while.
It's because it has no identity. It was like it was blocker slop, and then it's
no. It was reboot. First, it was reboot. Like it was the only color. Like the identity of all the colors were the keywords. Right? It was like green had piercing, blue had fucking jamming and unsuspend, and like Black had reboot blocker. So it was like, oh, my offense and defense, my sword and shield, and then that shit sucked because
it's not good
like
enough.
it's just but like even like these promos are really funny because I think like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, those promos were like pretty cool, but then it's like those promos were kind of cheeks. There was like 2 good ones. It was Maste and Gallant. Like the other ones were like, they were cute, but they were not like, they didn't bring those decks. Like Gaiumon wasn't like topping events like that because they got a new card.
It was cool,
like,
though.
It was cool. Exactly. It was cool, but it wasn't like good, right? Like Gaiumon wasn't like a meta threat because they got a new promo. Gora, this card was the most like, I mean, it's all right. Like, you know, it's all right.
It made the deck building process of the deck better.
Did it? If you don't include it,
was it a net positive, right?
You do include it though. What do you mean?
I have no idea.
Okay, but just because you have to include the card in your deck, is it a net positive for Dorugora?
One thing I thought was really interesting is none of us said the word "it's an additional name," which is something I had in my head until I started speaking. Like, not a single person went, "There's value in it being an additional name."
But the thing with like additional name is like, unless like it's either this becomes the de facto card that my deck is built around, i.e. the Mastemon for a while before they got the BT23 one, or this is now a thing that I have like in my pocket that's already like hyper searchable, the Galamon. The Emperor Greymon, it was like me and Tom were popping out about this card because it's like, oh, well, if I'm playing a Gunimon, sorry, not Gunimon, if I'm playing Aldemon Beatdown, then this is like the best thing to end on because it's like a pop, I unsuspend, Takuya, swing again. Like this is like a mid upgrade. It's like a side grade to like some of the other shit, right?
It is really funny that like the additional name thing matters for Kosuke more than it does Gora. Like you have enough good card quality, it's the tamer.
Well, I didn't, you know, obviously my job is not to input my opinion into these segments, but like I think one of the things about it is that just because they're fan favorites that people vote for doesn't mean there's context to this. That's sort of a misleading way to have written the question, which is maybe part of why this is a game. But they were voted because people like the
artwork. Yeah, it was nothing to do with card quality.
So when you had to support these archetypes, they chose to recreate the Digimon card because that was the art that people liked, as opposed to giving a card that these decks needed. So in some cases, they printed a side grade, like Marcio said. In some cases, they printed an upgrade, which is kind of contextual and like a meta. Like the Mastemon is better than the old Mastemon, partly because it's just a lot newer, but like also because going wide became much more relevant in that deck because you could make multiple Mastemons in one turn. Whereas if you printed this one first and then the new one came out later, it's going to be a whole different story.
Yeah.
So
even with the context, I still think it was like the question was still worded really well. I think it gave a lot of.
Hey, shucks, man, I do this for a living.
Yeah, specifically focusing on deck building made that it wasn't just like you didn't have to just go, well, new card good. Like I was really tempted to talk about cards on the ban list getting retrained, but decided not to.
Interesting idea. I think it's also interesting that you guys exclusively chose to talk about existing retrains and not the idea of a retrain like these ones. But that's the game. You guys only get 60 seconds. Speaking of 60 seconds, that time was gone a long while ago. Andrew, did the chat say any things?
The chat did say some things.
101s?
What I will say is if Jamie has had the unfortunate chagrin of having to lie 4 times in a row, he got away with it this time because not a single soul thought that he was capping this time and was giving genuine opinions. The same could not be said for Marcio, who a third of the vote think that he was trolling. And then there was me, who has the rest of it. 6-7%, some might say. Yeah, they think that I was maybe not being genuine and was clip farming, rage baiting.
Clip farming? I can't hold it against you. It's Black History Month. Were
yes,
you clip
sir.
Farming?
I was not clip farming. This was possibly the most normal take I've given out of the 4 rounds.
Dang, dude. But if you weren't lying,
I didn't say that I wasn't lying.
Oh, okay, my bad. Were you
LeBron James,
no, I wasn't.
LeBron James. This was the liar. LeBron James.
Oh, no way.
I'm the GOAT. Chad, am I the GOAT? Oh, what?
A clean sweep for KVs this week.
Oh, you know, saying the opposite of what I think is so easy.
It helps when you have strong opinions. That's one of the things is you and I have very
opinions.
Yeah, you and I have very strong opinions, but I will also lie at the drop of a hat because I can segment.
It's funny enough.
Like content creator Andrew and player Andrew are diametrically opposed in our opinions of what makes the game good. Because
this is a show we do for entertainment.
Yeah, like player Andrew may hate something, but content creator Andrew can rationalize something with genuine justification. Marcio has all or nothing opinion. Jamie out here is struggling, which is why watching him lie is so funny because you watch him form his opinion and then remember he has to like 180 it.
Yeah.
Whereas me and Marcy have decided what we think about the question and it's like, all right, it's time to lie for a minute.
Like, okay, so DHM put down in the comments, I thought you hated Promomaste. And I do, but like Promomaste is like an outlier, right? Because the trick here was that I used the other Bandai game that did like retrains but bad, which is Dragon Ball. Because in Dragon Ball, if you like I literally said if you Frieza, right? You could be playing as a Frieza player. That shit was ass. I went from playing yellow to red to green to like because it was Frieza. So for like the character loyalists, like
yeah, no one would have figured out based on your previous answers about Vanguard, and it's like oh yeah, if you don't care, you don't play. Just like oh yeah, buy 50 new cards. It's like that. Yeah, Marcia really gets behind that 100%.
Like the thing is, right, is that like in the game, like people typically don't care that much about the color, and that's why post game I was sort of like alluding that like my opinion was opposite to what I said in my statement, but nobody caught on to that for the most part.
Oh no.
Well, some people did.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, right, like in Digimon, people play the archetype like obviously because they like the Digimon, but like the archetypes are so inherently like linked to intrinsically like design of like the gameplay of like the archetype. Like, could you imagine a red hybrid that isn't just like punching people in the fucking jaw? That shit would be ass. Like, I don't want to play Control Emperor Greymon.
Like, it says a lot that the example that has kind of changed. We were talking about Yellow Beowulfmon. That motherfucker still has jamming. Like, he's still gonna get active in security. Like,
people like fell in love with the gameplay of like their favorite like Digimon, and it's like a core part of like. Well, these cards are like, oh, like the Galamon is like an outlier to an extent because like he's
just
like
a total side grade, just like a random card.
Yeah, he's like a retrain of a Royal Knight card, which I guess personally don't like the Mastic because
I don't think Mastic should have tamer interaction. But that's me. But like that card is like a net positive because it's like a Mastimon that's just slightly better than what they were doing. So for the people that liked Mastimon because it goes wide and you know the two girly pops, you know, oh I bring them out and then I make another one and I bring them out and then.
Can I hook you guys up? When I wrote these questions down, there's actually one thing I put on here. I tried to write it earlier, but we actually had to cancel the question because we talked about it in the episode. But they're actively in the most recent game director's Q&A. They are retraining cards. They're called dual cards. There are now 2 fly bullets.
Yeah.
And I don't think we made it like obviously part of it. I think one thing that would be interesting is to see if whoever goes first gets the majority of the vote, a significantly statistical margin amount of the time. Because I have a feeling that the first person gets to directly influence.
Jamie, aren't you our stats guy for that? Weren't you keeping track of that?
I was at some point, and then you kind of just slowly rolled out the episodes a lot slower than I was hoping to, and I got distracted.
Hey, look, game shows require 4 people to
but like I think like for example, but like if you look at the Shine from the start, like that card is like a retrain done in the right way because the people that play Shine, they still want to play down their Marcuses, they still want to punch if it feels if it feels
the Shine from the starter deck. You mean
the Shine from the starter deck, the dual card, right?
I forgot it was a starter deck card. I thought it was
the dual card is kind of like a retrain in a way, like they retrain fucking Geo Greysword, and it's neat. Why? Because it deals damage without killing the opponent in one shot. It's a card that passes turn, and passing turn in Digimon is based. People should get more turns to play out the game. It's no fun if you die in one turn. And oh look, a powerful removal that is like an option that then it's also Digimon, and it will probably attack, which means like you get both, right? The when Digivolving, when attacking, you'll get either one of them. Amazing card.
My bad for saying Magic was 40. Obviously, that is wrong. I got the years confused.
You know, I think
forget about how old Magic is. Like,
I got tripped up. I forgot that it can't be 40 because I'm 29.
Doesn't matter. I think Magic is a game for boomers.
I am glad that this question came off of the pack filler one as well because I think it really helped also justify this one.
You guys really made me zig some zags on my question folder today. It was crazy.
Yeah, the this one. We complain about some cards pack filler or whatever, like them not having to dedicate 6 slots in your box in order to give a line one new payoff is great. Just putting a Mastermon in there instead of giving us a Lady Devi, an Angelmon, maybe a Gato that won't be useful for Sylphimon. You know, it's nice. They don't acknowledge Lady Devimon Digivolves from anything. Like Baste support is usually 5 cards, but like if you played Imperial, it's nice when they give us 1 or 2 cards and not Vmon, Wormmon, Stingmon, XVmon. And we all know that the 4s are not going to see play because 8 memory printers. Like, if I see a new XV and Stingmon, I'm rolling my eyes and going, okay, we got pack filler. But if they just give us a fighter mode, W retrain.
I think I touched on it obviously before we actually answered the question, but Flesh and Blood have a really nice way of doing retrains. Sure,
if you had, I know what you're going to talk about. If you had said this, you would have sunk the ship.
Oh, I know. Sure, it's slightly different in the sense of the character gets banned.
Hey, I nearly talked about the ban list too.
But then like they bring it back slightly different, either upgraded or just tweaked. The biggest one is the deck
Upgraded is crazy. Wait, no, run that back. You're saying that a card can get banned and they're like, make it stronger.
Actually, yes. In some cases, yes.
I know how the Living Legend system works, but I just never considered.
He's not wrong. Sometimes they have brought cards back in a way that made them stronger. The game has just changed.
Prism is a good example. They changed her game plan, but she got upgraded as well. So originally, Prism would basically, she was a really defensive deck in the form of being able to spit out tons of spell shield stuff. I can't remember specific names, and I don't play Flesh and Blood actively. Yeah. But then she got Living Legended, which means she reached a certain amount of points and got banned from professional play.
W system, by the way.
Real quick, the Living Legend system is so sick because it's like if you want to top with this deck, you got to do it early. Because if the deck is good and everybody's playing it, if you don't top with it while it's good, you'll get to a point. It's like this deck has topped too much. Start topping with a different deck.
Megidramon, Hoodiemon, like
imagine
UK finally 100%. Not being punished for being.
Oh my god, we would have had
region.
Mirage for 6 months max.
Yeah, we would have gotten it killed.
Like, it would be so sick because it basically means that like if you want to do, if it's like, oh, I want to play the tier 0 deck, okay, play the tier 0 deck in the first like month. After that, play the next thing, and so the metas kind of like cycle into different metas as the season prolongs. Super cool system. We will never get that.
Yeah, there are so many games I'd steal stuff from for Digimon, bro. Riftbound's Prizing, Flesh and Blood's ban list. It's.
I was gonna say I can see it happening in maybe Riftbound that they do the Living Legend, but
yeah,
no.
well, the Riftbound would be one of them.
It would be the logical place for it to go.
But no,
one day I'll get a Riftbound episode on here. Andrew doesn't know anything about League lore, and Marcy and I do. So we were
talking about it for the second channel. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do it as like a special episode here and see if people want it long term. And then
maybe eventually Misplay will do its own. But that's how it goes.
Prism came back. Sorry, I'm just going to finish this.
Rock on.
Prism came back and she became a really offensive deck in the form of her spitting out angels, which were able to attack, and then also give her go again. Because in Flesh and Blood, you only get 1 action point per turn. You need the keyword go again to do more actions. And yeah, all the angels basically gave her go again, and she could do big swings. And all the angels had different effects as well. Oh, no, they weren't angels. They were heralds, which are technically angels, but you know.
Yes, they are a very big angel.
Yeah.
Thank you, boys, for playing Memory Edge of the Room. Thank you to our viewing audience here live on the YouTube stream or Twitch stream. If you missed watching this episode live, you could check it out over at youtube.com/KnTElixar when Andrew puts with the VOD, and try and catch us next time because it's fun when you see it all go down. It's high octane bullshittery.
And if you would like to, if you would like to stop watching on Twitch, feel free to go back to YouTube for the rest of the podcast. Whilst you're here, though, hit a follow so that way if you ever miss the Discord notification for when we go live, you'll maybe get the Twitch one. You can also turn the overlay blue, purple, green, depending on whether you subscribe, use Prime, or gift a sub.
Primists.
But yeah, thank you for all of that. We can do a little bit of musings, a little bit rest of the podcast. Then we've got our Boko coming up, but instead of bonus content, we want to talk about the most important content, the true competitive Zion. Who's winning Worlds? What is Yuxo taking to Worlds that's going to help him?
He's so got Vortex Ramon broke him. It's so Jover.
Is that him taking it, or is that him having a?
He's just not enjoying that it exists.
Like most purple decks, kind of get folded by Vortex Ramon.
Yeah,
only a handful of them.
Marcio, I don't even know if you've been here for this, but we for the last 2 weeks. Not just our favorite. We've had 2 different well-known purple players hit up our good friend TommyNT on the sticks, asking for deck advice on colors I've never seen them resolve before.
It's that bad.
Yeah.
It's Hoodie 100%. I think is winning Worlds.
In my opinion, right? Like surely it's pre-ban, so it's the Hoodie that we know.
It's a deck that scales with what the players are too.
I think it will be a Western
majority. It also beats majority of the format. Like the only like couple of things that I'm like, this is kind of annoying is like
rocks and TS, right?
TS is kind of even, like depends on like how the TS player opens. It's very skill intensive.
Which TS are we talking here? The Maruki?
Minerva midrange seems to be the
Minerva,
one. Out the gate, Minerva midrange looks like the one to play if you're playing EX11. Going forward, who knows? I think Abyss area is slept on, but like Abyss area is one of those decks where like I think it peaked too soon because it won Japan Nationals and not top 4'd twice.
It's very
like
new May in that aspect.
People
There's too many
will
eyes
look
on
at that and go like, oh, I need to have counters to the blue. Like it's also it suffers from the fact that like coincidentally Blue TS and Liberator Blue are both fish and have similar fish mechanics. If they had been like if it was TS Garurumon stuff and it was about like the cycle and the unsuspending as opposed to like fish stunning, decoding, no dying in fights, like because of like the fact that they're so similar, the format can very easily catch Abyss area because like it and Bluefish do so much of an overlapping effect.
And that's to say nothing of Deep Savers as well, which also
exactly like the coincidence that all of the blue support in the last 2 sets is very similar blue mechanic means that I think blue has the worst. I'm gonna say this. I think it's the worst odds blue has ever had of winning Worlds.
I think with like the Edators, the problem the Edators have is like they're very good at, for the most part, at stopping the opponent from interacting with like your board.
Yeah.
But their kill clock is kind of okay-ish. They do very well into like known like meta decks, but they kind of get folded by the top decks that all have the Digivolve and like minus.
Because at least one of those is going to be a stack, unlike the Minerva. Like really the boss monster, quote unquote, the Minerva comes down with no sources, whereas at the very least like your Neptune or your Venus, one of them is going to be a tall stack that did full combo and ended on a 6. So like, and then you slam the other one, but you generally very rarely end up with 2 sourceless Edators on board.
As we've talked about in previous years for Worlds, I think we made this exact point last year when we talked about how crazy we picked Sakuyamon at the time as like just ahead of the tools for most things. The more concentrated around a deck like Hoodie gets, the more the weird fringe shit becomes like a dark horse. I think has a higher chance of winning. Yeah,
No, sorry. What the fuck am I talking about? I said purple hybrid. I didn't mean that. I meant purple imperial.
Yeah, purple imperial. Well, so I've seen some people talking about purple hybrid, but that's not what I'm going to get into right now because we're trying to make a case for what's winning Worlds. I think there are. I don't want to give away testing from people who I know about, but I'm just saying there are decks that have received entire new game plans and waves of support in the last 12 months.
Heavy Metal Dramon is winning Worlds.
Yeah, that are complete bin fires in an 11-round Swiss event that would be amazing if you only need to win 6 games of Digimon to be the world champion.
Yeah.
So a high rolling counter meta rogue pick, like security control in the past, would get there.
Heavy Metal Dramon. Nobody has read those cards, and your opponent's going to have to pick them up every single time. And in a best of 1, they don't have time to adapt.
I'll
throw out because Marcio gave a pick and said Hoodie. I will say, like sincerely, if I'm going to pick like a crazy thing to win Worlds, I think it could be Puppets. I think Puppets is the kind of deck that like in a room full of people that don't understand the variety of ways to produce sequencing traps, Puppets could do well if you aren't familiar with the matchups. And Puppets is almost the most unique in this. When I was looking through the data on this, Puppets has the biggest discrepancy between representation and conversion across the different regions of any of the Liberator decks. Every region had a fish guy. Every region had a Medusa guy so far. Every region has had rocks. Puppets didn't blow up in every region equally. And I think obviously BT22 is a weird format. So when it got its big power spike, it was different.
It definitely helps that a lot of the Puppets guys are Puppets guys and play other pilot intensive decks.
Yeah. Puppets is the kind of thing that like just enough turns of like setting up in a way that you don't get immediately folded by a Hoodie blowout means you have tools to build a board. And if Hoodie is getting countered by other stuff because people expect it, you could see something surprising. That's my like crazy pick. Puppets could do very well.
My thing with Puppets, I'm gonna match every pick to like Hoodie, and like Hoodie can kind of break a Puppets board apart. Like
absolutely, I think Hoodie's a better deck.
And they lose to like similar things like Crimson Blaze and whatnot. So it's like I would like Puppets to maybe do well. You know, enough wave of support should make the deck pretty good. You know, 8 emblems.
Yeah, you think a starter deck, emblems, 4 EX sets and starter main sets. I don't know. We saw, you know what? I'll never say never because Galaxy won last year.
So we got Hoodie from me, the boring, meta cringer pick.
No, you can have a crazy pick. I think, sorry, just to be clear, we all think it's Hoodie, right? Like, if you're just thinking for a second, it's Hoodie.
Begrudgingly, some of you.
No, I think it's actually Hoodie, and I think it will be a Western player.
Okay, but like you think it's Hoodie, but because Worlds has not been like this every time, you should get a funny thing, Marcia. If you don't want it, you don't have to take it.
I think Hoodie
you just happen to say the right answer first.
But then I think Fish might just take it. Not gonna lie.
Nobody's taking Fish.
I think
Aki won on TS Fish. What if he just get?
But like that's TS Fish, right?
Yeah, but what if he wants to decode? We don't know his allegiance to the waters.
My my quirky pick, which is not very quirky, would be like Medusa / like Styraco. Just because that deck just kind of like promote Chunguses at you, and it's just like la 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 la. Do you have like it? Just like immediately just it's like a gatekeeper. It's just like
new Medusamon is such a disgusting gatekeeper level. Like EX11 Medusa is a fucking ridiculous gatekeeper level 6 for a room with 18 people in it.
Medusa's like
if it runs hot and hits things where it can screw the trash, it's the best deck in the game.
Medusa is like it loses to Hoodie in a way, but it could also like kind of kill them while being a Crimson Blaze merchant.
Yeah.
That's like the thing that
it's
kind of has
my pick
going
for the format at the moment.
It's one of the few decks that doesn't care about Venus because progress.
Sure.
So like one of Hoodie's is like only voice like interact is like sack insecurity. Styraco doesn't care progress. Only if you don't kill, then I think the deck kind of blows against Hoodie, but you have an equal chance to just kind of like hook him back.
Okay, that's a good pick. I like that as your dark horse that's not Hoodie mod.
I think it'd be Medusa.
So Fish, Medusa, puppets. Andrew, do you have a dark horse?
I said I said
heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
You think you don't mean heavy metal though?
Yeah, just think three best of ones, and you're out of pools.
Okay, yeah, 3 best of ones. Good luck to the World Championship.
I also went to France. Like I have the context of I have seen the cards resolve, and I'm scared of them. Luckily, we don't have anyone that's resolving the cards in the same way. So I
haven't been to locals in a minute.
Exactly. So right now I am safe, chilling, knowing that there is a car crash that could happen at any moment.
Hey man, it's a long commute. Leave me alone.
All right, Jamie, what's your dark horse pick?
It's a Fish.
Oh yeah, Fish. All right, yeah. So we did 4 Liberator decks. 4 Liberator decks. Please buy product.
So it's either going to be Fish or Bees. That's it. That's my thing.
I wanted to say Bees, but because we talked about Bees earlier, it wouldn't be funny for me to say
winner.
Bees turns off on deletions by bouncing to hand. Bees turns everything sideways so they can't block. Bees heals itself to 23.
Yeah.
And the Levia players not getting through that.
You could get a game where there are no options in security and you could OTK Hoodie. It could hypothetically happen. I don't think it will ever, but
rebuild quick enough, I think.
Whilst they're setting up, what if they have to play K-Skate for 4? That's enough.
Winner,
that's 2 royal bases. That's heal 2. Also, the idea of winner being a world's winner would be really funny.
God,
spent an
winner
entire
wins worlds, and me and Marcy have said the shit we've said about that kid. It's over.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of over, that's the end of the podcast, right? We're out of topics. Do we want to plug anything?
I think that's it. Jamie, now's your time to you start waffling whilst I start changing it from memory gauge to the room.
What? Huh? What?
You can plug anything you want, man.
Pancakes are also real good. Oh, I'm plugging. Got you. Yeah, I make content every now and then, I guess. I do live streams of mostly opening stuff thanks to Tamas. One day he'll sponsor me, I'm sure. I put it on video now. He has to.
He won't.
Yeah, at Minikill on YouTube. Where am I in terms of subscribers these days? I'm pretty close.
You were trying to get past 6, right?
Yeah, I think
6 subscribers.
Damn. I think I'm almost at 600. Yeah, I'm at 580 right now, thanks to whoever subscribes. But
that could be you.
I make dumb takes. As you've seen on today.
And you do the live voice matches as well. So
yeah.
like the duo playing, like Marcio mentioned earlier. Those coming back, I hear.
Yeah, 100%.
I do be hearing it. I don't be seeing it.
I would like to do more. And maybe one day, if the Misplay budget will allow me to, I'd like to set us up on a boat and do a fish deck profile. Thank you.
Hey man, don't leak the fucking plans for Misplay this year. I've been working hard.
That was my plan, bro. I've been saying it for the past year.
Thank you, Jamie. Thanks for being here, broski.
Yeah, no problem.
I want to make a point of saying thanks to everyone that's been checking the Spotify and stuff. Thank you as well to specifically the folks who have been so kind as to reach out and surprise like the takes and posts and things again for some of these segments. We've been on a lot of episodes where they're kind of just us yapping that have not always had Misplay game shows. Because in some cases the production time for getting them ready takes a longer. It's like a schedule that we have to maintain.
Especially Lethal or Living. Goodness gracious
yeah.
me.
So get those in. We'd like those very much. The ones who have been sending stuff in to me has been very helpful. If you don't want to use !M4G takes, which is the easiest way to do because they go to a Google form that we can both check. It would also help if you are in the Misplay for Game Discord server. We had a server booster in there. Thank you, Baritone. Don't know what we're doing about that. That'll come up later. But like, regardless, you can send us stuff in there. If you're a member, you can let me know what your takes are, and I can get those compiled that way. So that's a big help. You just need ways to get input into the show. We value that a lot and would like those. So thanks to the people who have been sending us stuff. We've been trying to do the podcast pretty consistently every weekend this year so far, and we're doing pretty good on the hit rate. So thanks to those who've been tuning in. We appreciate you.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Hopefully we'll be able to take this onwards and upwards, do sponsor segment. I tried my best. Hypeland did not respond to my messages.
I wanted the puffer jacket, bro.
Yeah, you know, it'll be cool to do more things. We got a lot coming up this year, a lot that will take a lot of time, love, and money. So yeah, if you can turn the overlay blue by hitting subscribe for free on Twitch with Twitch Prime, or joining the members, it goes a long way. Members, the champion tier high, are about to get some bonus content from at least 3 of us, where we're probably gonna talk about.
We're talking about Shambhala while Mercy is not here. That's a joke.
It was either that or Marcio. We were gonna do the Frontiers. We were gonna do the Frontiers cookout episode.
Bro, I'm gonna cook out myself some food. You know.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
We'll do something.
We're gonna talk.
Yeah, we'll do something. I have a list of shit.
Yeah. So yeah, look forward to that. We'll be back next week with special guest iJammer, hopefully. And we'll be talking just the wider Digimon franchise and all the association media that come with that. This is your reminder, by the way, finish Time Stranger's story if you haven't already. Maybe the DLC as well, but I haven't finished the DLC. So at the very least, please complete the main game in time for next week. That's your homework.
I now like Banchos.
Yeah. So
I always like them.
I liked Bancho Leomon, but now I like all of them. Bancho Golomon's kind of a cool guy.
I love Bancho Lily. She's so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be us signing off. We're going to do the thing that actually people really are just waiting approximately 3 hours for us to hurry up and do.
Yeah. The tough day in the
Orange
factory.
Baba Booey.
I made a lot of Baba Booies today.
The boy